We'd probably know our characters. Oh, hey.
Oh, hey.
Oh, you
How's
guys
everybody doing
stopped me
today?
just in time. I was about to boogie woogie.
What does that mean?
My
don't wanna
finger
know.
was approaching left nostril.
Oh,
At a speed that would shock you.
incredibly slowly?
My nostril, think of my nostril as like an alleyway of fun and coitus.
Karina's just like, alleyway.
Nightmares. I'm haunted.
Interesting. And coitus, he says. Okay. Well, all right. Hello, everybody. How we doing tonight? So I'm excited because starting a new campaign. I always say this. New campaigns always give me the jitters. They always make me nervous. I talk about it all the time. I usually talk about the PCs, but sometimes otherwise. New campaigns always make me a little nervous. But it's exciting to finally get into new stories and whatnot, actually, after especially after building characters.
I love finishing off our old ones too.
Listen, okay?
Same.
That is not my fault. That is not me.
I don't know. I blame you.
I mean, I expect to get blamed for everything
We've
anyways.
been live for like what, 15 seconds, and we've got a level 4 hype train. By the way, it's like almost done.
Oh, well, hello, level 4 hype train.
All
How's
right,
everybody doing?
Bunny. Thank you.
Scott's
all
like-
the subs.
Hello, level 4 hype train. How you doing?
I feel like my
can't really
camera's
do that
being
'cause I don't have hair
choppy.
on top. I got this little like it looks like there's a dead gerbil on top of my head, but it's actually just
Maybe
the
there
remnants
is.
of a younger man.
Maybe there is a dead gerbil.
I told you, it's just migrating.
What, do you have a name for this gerbil?
Him?
Did you say Tim?
Oh,
did.
I thought you said him, like the character from
Him?
Powerpuff Girls,
Oh, good old him.
right?
No, when I think of crab hands, I don't think of him. I think of Sin. Got a friend who I was telling this is a weird side, but I was telling a story about like how I got a concussion when I was younger, and his he's like, oh, I got a story like that. I was like, yeah, one time my friend pinched my nipples with crab hands. And that was his story. It was very traumatizing for him. Anyway, continue. I don't want to think about it anymore.
Apparently, the GIF is causing a bit of lag, which is weird. Let's see if that fixes it. Is it everybody that's lagging, or is it just me? Because I feel like it's my
I
camera
don't even
that's been
see
lagging.
lag. We're all just frozen solid at 180p.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Really?
saying my stream is not even loading.
Because I have dipped 0 frames whatsoever. 60 FPS, only at 26 CPU, 0 frames dipped, so on and so forth. No lag whatsoever. I think
I
this is
believe
fine.
you.
It's pretty laggy on stream.
I believe
Oh.
you.
has
No,
the
wait.
stream-
You fixed it.
Okay, so it's better. I wonder if it is actually the GIFs. If that's the case, then I just need to do it a different way. That's okay. Unfortunately, there's no way of testing it without actually going live. So it's
Well, you can go live, see that it's working, test the GIF. If it lags, then turn it off.
turn it off and then figure it out in the future. I'll turn one on and see what happens, and see if this
Oh,
causes the
God.
lag to come back. But what's up, everybody? How we all doing?
I'm very tired.
Oh, wait. Do you need a coffee?
Did Wade wake up very early today?
What time did you wake
Yeah,
up?
Bob made me get up early.
What time did you get up?
Noon.
Did you say noon?
I did.
Did you say noon?
That's 9 a.m. Pacific, and even earlier Hawaii time. I will say.
Okay, if we're talking Pacific, I was awake at about 3 a.m. Pacific.
Okay, but how late were you up?
Actually, I got less than 3 hours sleep. And this proof, this message is on Discord, time-stamped evidence. Bam!
I need a good 8 to 9 hours of sleep a night, and going to sleep at like 7:30 in the morning, getting up at noon is very tired. When you have a brain this powerful, you need like maximum like water cooling time.
Oh,
You know what
is
you
that how
missed
that
last
works?
night? You missed Entoman doing pools.
I had to sleep.
You didn't have to sleep. You're just being a baby.
Yes.
That's why I sent you the airheads. Extra energy, friend.
Sugar and caffeine don't do it for me anymore.
So
I
what
need
does
to
it,
have
what
like
does it
some
for you,
kind of
Wade?
like I need like some kind of like anti-tranquilizer shot in my ass before streaming or something, just to, like turn into like Kramer from Seinfeld or something, just like you know.
That's who you really remind me of, actually.
You know
you.
what? It's funny. He mentioned Kramer. I won't lie. I'm like, oh my God, Wade is like a more coherent Kramer. He's like our Kramer.
You're
I would
welcome.
love to just see Wade just burst through the door, just like,
Yeah, it would work too. But then who's Jerry? Who's Jerry?
Yeah.
No.
You for sure.
No. I was hoping you'd say something like
I
Gar
was gonna say,
or
who do
something
you
like
think,
that.
Scott?
No.
Who do you think, Scott?
No. Oh no. Is it because
You're
I tell
either
boomer
Jerry or
jokes?
George. You're one or the other.
No. No. This is so bad.
Hold
this
on,
just
hold
got
on.
worse.
Pull out your wallet. Pull out your wallet. We gotta see.
Oh, hold on. My wallet is upstairs. It's not in my pocket. Because sitting on your wallet for
He's
too
a
long
George.
is bad.
He's
God
a George.
damn it.
He's a George, isn't he? He's a
Yeah.
George.
Oh, come on.
100%.
Come on.
Join me. Get the hairline.
If you guys are not understanding what George is, this is probably what Scott's wallet looks like. Probably just filled with receipts.
Oh, I do put receipts in my wallet.
Why
I
do you
a
keep
thick
receipts,
wallet.
Scott? Why?
Because I'm an adult and I do taxes.
You can look at them on your
On your bank statement.
Literally, yeah, on your bank statement.
But
On
but
your- on
it's
the
Your
but-
paper is
but-
killing the planet.
But no, they print them because I ask them to print and
They
email them to
ask
me.
them.
And I keep them in a file to make sure I appropriately. Because like if you do a repair in your house, you want a receipt from Home Depot or something.
What did you buy? A $300 skeleton?
No, you don't get it.
Is it a 45-foot skeleton?
No, like if you're gonna replace like a column and like or a thing, or like if you're gonna like
Oh
do
yeah, I'm also building a
drywall
Roman
or-
Colosseum in the
No,
backyard.
not that big of a column, like a stoop, oh god, stoop is literally a conversation in Seinfeld. Oh no, this
Yeah,
is
you're,
regressing.
you're a Jerry
evolved.
George.
Oh,
100%.
God. This is so bad. Can I be Elaine? I want to be Elaine. I want to be Elaine. I'm Elaine.
You're
I'm
more
cute.
of- you're-
I'm funny.
you're a
I'm
Jo-
flirty.
You're a George
Hey.
Jerry. You're a Jory.
No, I'm spontaneous.
You're
I'm
a
Elaine.
Jory.
No, I'm Elaine. Chat, am I Elaine? Chat, can I be Elaine? Please? No.
We would not do Elaine that dirty.
Oh. But
Maybe you could be a pretty good Newman.
she becomes, oh my God, this is getting way worse. Okay, let's just move away from
Okay,
this
we're
conversation.
referencing shit that like half the audience wasn't born to see.
Welcome everybody to the Seinfeld D&D.
Oh God.
Tricked you with The Witcher.
All right, well, yeah.
Is that entire hype train just I still don't know if you preferred Eris or
It's-
Rice.
It's Eris Bunny.
Why is there an E? Why is it CE? My brain says Rice.
Eris.
It's a rice bunny.
Eris.
It's
But every
a
time I
rice
looked
bunny.
up, it was Bunny
Oh
with an
no.
I.
Eris.
Oh no.
Eris.
Treadmill's here. We're about to become the cast of Seinfeld. Who's.
Treadmill knows you're every member of Seinfeld.
No!
You
I'll
are
take
still getting,
Kramer, but you're the rest, minus Elaine.
you're still getting some lag with that.
Yeah, are we
Oh,
really getting
yeah.
lag? All right,
Yeah,
we'll get rid of it. I'll find it a different way. I'll host it onto a website and pull it in a different way. We'll make it work a different way. We just won't have it for tonight. That's too bad because I absolutely love it. It's a really cool thing. Shout out to Ollie, Ollie Rat, who's in chat right now, who did the most of the new gifs were done. Sorry, gifs. Most of the emotes are done by Ollie. Ollie did the overlay. Ollie did the lag causer. No, the fire. So shout out to Ollie out there. Anyways, so I suppose we should probably get into our game, but before we do so, since I barely got to speak to you guys before we started, I'm sure you saw in our little secret group chat thing that I
I didn't
posted.
read that.
I posted a picture of a map for you guys.
Oh yeah.
Did you
Oh
see it?
yeah.
Well, for you guys that aren't super familiar with the world, I thought you might want to know.
Oh, look at that, a map.
Yeah, look at that. There's a map there for you. I thought that might help out and everything, you know? Know what I'm
My
saying?
computer just warned me that you might be trying to give me a virus.
Same.
Well, to be
I don't
fair,
trust it. It's Scott.
it is from I read it, so you know. Anyway, so where this campaign is going to be taking place at request of the PC, who's actually not going to be joining us for a couple of weeks. The campaign is actually going to be starting for us in the country, or I should say, the vassal state of Toussaint in the nation of Nilfgaard. So if
More
you're
like Milfgard, am I right?
actually, yeah, kind of.
Oh. Now I don't feel as good about saying the joke.
Hot.
I mean, they allow elves and stuff like that there. Like elves are actually kosher there, so you know, it's pretty cool.
Oh, sure.
Well, if I'm
Calm
Jerry,
down,
I gotta
George.
lean into it, you know.
Calm down, George.
So, anyways, you're going to be starting the vassal state of Toussaint. Toussaint's inside the country of Nilfgaard. So that's actually where we're going to be starting the campaign. For you
Where?
guys looking at it on the map, if you look at the big purple spot in the bottom of the map,
Thurn?
if you're in the big purple spot, it's the top right hand corner of the purple spot on the map.
Oh, Taus Saint. Got it.
I'm sorry, can you say that one more time for us, please? We need to hear.
House Saint. I'm from Ohio. Kind of looks like croissant with a T.
Looks like croissant, but I'm gonna say House Saint as opposed to Toussaint because it sounds
French,
like
this is The Witcher.
it looks like croissant. So I'm not gonna say Toussaint. I'm gonna say
I
House
say
Saint.
baguette too. What do we say? Baguette?
Baguette.
I'm a cultured
Gonna be
Ohioan.
a very long episode.
This is gonna be painful.
We're gonna be traveling from croissant to
A toilet. A toilet's right north of where it says Milfgard, near the YMCA lack.
It's canon. It's Milfgard now.
Change it to an M.
Yep, we just gotta change it. We just add like an
They
extra
knew
little-
what they were doing when they made that.
They don't speak English. The writers
They
are
knew.
from, I think, Poland, I believe.
MILF is a universal acronym.
You know what? It probably is now. If it wasn't before, it is now. Thank you, Wade.
It's kind of like the metric system, but for moms.
I don't know. I kind of want to put this
Wow.
in paint and then turn that into an M.
The worst thing I've said today.
This is why I love streaming with Wade. You never know what you're gonna get. He's like a box of
Oh,
chocolate.
I was just thinking that. Oh, okay.
You guys just talk now.
Okay. You gonna settle down for a hot minute there?
We'll see.
All right. I'll try to bring this in for you guys. Hey chat, how y'all doing today? So
Good.
do I mute him? Is
No,
he messy?
leave chat alone.
Okay. Look at Wade. I'm just afraid to introduce your character. Okay. I'm not looking forward to it. All right. Let's just.
Introducing
Hi,
our
everybody.
characters. We already did that.
So hi everybody, how you doing? So we're going to be starting our campaign in Witcher. We're going to be starting in, if you're not familiar with the Witcher campaign setting, just to give you a really quick overview of how it works. The Witcher is a fantasy world where you're going to have, of course, your humans. You have magic. You have witches and dwarves and elves. You have gnomes. You have crazy beasts. There's kings and queens and princesses inside castles, damsels in distress, and a whole lot of swearing. The big thing that stands out in the Witcher world from maybe your typical fantasy setting is that it's not high fantasy friendly, happy-go-lucky kind of, princesses in another castle. It's actually a world that's very dark. It's mired down with the average peasant is just down on their luck, miserable, will probably screw you over for coin or run and hide from you because they're scared. Despite the fact that you, assuming you're a Witcher in this world, somebody that's clearly proven yourself to be more powerful than those around you by reputation and actions that you've done in their favor and so on and so forth, they're probably going to treat you like shit. And this is going to be the case in many of the different nations of the Witcher world. The place is it's just not a happy place. Lots of mud, lots of rain, lots of danger. That being said, where this campaign is taking place is actually starting in an exception to that rule. Toussaint is actually almost like a shining gem, a beacon on a hill when it comes to the fantasy aspect of the Witcher world. You actually do have knights that stands to a chivalric code that, will do everything they can to defend their citizens and uphold certain virtues and values and so on and so forth. It's a place where they try to keep the fields rolling and green and beautiful, and they genuinely care about things like wine and song and dance and merriment. So it is an exception to the general rule, but let's not get confused here. There's still beasts around every corner. There's still, if a dead body lies there for too long, creatures will smell it out and come and try to solve it. It's still a world where you need certain peoples that can keep the streets clean. To keep the lands clean. Toussaint, again, it has its knights that will defend, but there's only so many knights, and they're only so well trained against fighting these things. They don't have the same talents, the same skills as others who have been trained from a very young age to hunt these things down. In the world of Witcher, there actually are there are people called Witchers. 99.9% of them are human, and a very small percent of them happen to be elves, or half elf, and 100% of them are male. Canonically, if you ignore the one, I think, Polish TV series, there's literally never been a female Witcher. And before you get all uppity and try to say Ciri was a Witcher and you played the video game and you got the ending where Ciri was called a Witcher, she's not a Witcher. She never did the Trial of Grasses. She is not a Witcher.
Whoa, spoiler.
She never does the Trial of Grasses. There's no Witcher, female Witcher
Pretty
canonically.
sure Rena's one, so you're already wrong.
Okay, well, spoiler.
She's level 3 Witcher.
Okay, well, spoilers.
Level 3.
Okay.
What are you, Scott? What are you? Not a
fail-
level 3.
I'm a failure. I'm a level
There's
1
an
demon.
island northwest on the map called Ennis Poor Ho. Thought you should know.
Thank you, Wade. We appreciate your input.
I like
It's
the way you
great.
said that.
Ennis Poor Ho.
So continuing on,
Said it very Southern-esque, and then you just went British.
Ennis Poor Ho.
Rightio.
I can do the British accent, but anybody I know that's British gets mad at me. So I won't do
That
it.
means you can't do it.
Well, I mean, I can. It's just not good. It's
Okay,
just
George.
offensive. So witchers are people that are taken at a very young age, again, almost predominantly humans, and given these certain alchemical, more or less potions, drugs that they're taking to cause mutations in their bodies. Most, which I'm going to stare at my camera, so I don't have to stare at your camera, so I'm immune. Ha! Most witchers, I mean, like I said, no female has ever survived the transformation that is known canonically, that is known in record, that is known in the western parts of this continent. Anything that's to the west of this mountainous range that kind of like divides the continent in half, none are known to have existed. Of the boys that go through the Witcher training, that go through the trials, 7 out of 10 of them die. It's pretty gruesome. So you have these nearly randomly selected, though that's not entirely the case, group of children. 7 out of 10 of them die after already having a ton of training, and then just take these drugs, and it's absolutely terrible. Of the 3 out of 10 that survive, and again, these are averages, they go through a hard training, memorizing textbook after textbook after textbook of all these different reagents and potions and how these things mix with one another, all these different beasts and how to kill them, how it is that you identify curses and break them down, so on and so forth. The witchers that you see in the video game translate into the 5e Dungeon Dragon system that we're playing is more or less any character that's a witcher that's below a level 14. So pretty much at level 14 is when you become like a witcher that would be considered a graduate coming out of an academy, coming out of Kaer Morhen or one of the other schools to roam the world, Master Witcher or whatever they might call them as you're playing the game. And then Geralt is going to be like a level 21. He is the creme de la creme. He is the best of the best, a legend amongst legends. He is an exception to the average rule of a witcher.
I watched him die to a drowned once.
Okay, thank you. Pat, what level witcher is she? Level 3. So clearly the character in the game is not going to come off as some crazy super
I think
powerful.
Rena's level
compared
12
to
actually.
Well, yeah, she's almost done. Her origin story is almost over.
This is a horrible point in giving it to me. I think, Rena, you said 12, 13,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
level 12. Yeah, almost 13.
Divided by 4.
Cool.
So
Times
So
by 4, you're
16.
60?
Wow.
We're not
Yeah,
so
I
good
mean-
at the maths.
Sorry, sir. May I have another?
And the other thing to note about witchers before we move into our actual story is that part of the mutations makes them live a very long time. One of the most iconic witchers in the video games that you meet, his name is Vesemir. He lives over 4 centuries that you see in the video games, right? Geralt himself in the video games is about a century old. So they're very long lived for humans. It gives them a lot of time to really study and know their stuff. That is who usually travels the lands and kills the most dangerous of the beasts. That really helps to keep people safe, or at least people capable and willing to pay to be kept safe. There's more politics to it than that. There's lots of wizards and sorceresses and stuff like that, but we can learn those details if you don't know them as we play and enjoy the game. Why don't we actually bring our campaign down? You know, kind of like dropping.
Right, thanks for coming, everybody. That was a good wind up. Now we're gonna wind it down. Have a good one.
Sky, like the heavy
Guys,
rain
have a good night. We'll see you next week.
falling. Rena, Rena, no, Rena, you can't do this. No, Rena, go, come on. Seriously, even Rena? Oh boy, she jumped on the train real quick. Oh man, that took what? How long have we been going for? 20 minutes, I think? And she's already, oh God. Wow. No, for a moment I thought I had her back. Hi guys, how you doing? My name's Dilrick. I just want friends. Can somebody just give me, can you be my friend, chat? Anybody? Maybe Brittany will come down and give me a hug. Britt? Want to come give me a... Okay. Hey, he's a nice guy. The squirrel's a little creepy, but the guy's really nice. We like him. How you doing, Bob? Hey, Bob. No, Mr. Ross, would you... Go? Okay. All right. All right. I guess since there's nothing to do, I might as well turn the fire back on. We don't mind any... jumping at this point. It's nobody to look at. Oh, I turned the fire on. See, now it's lit, son. It's lit now. Yeah, that scared Rena off. Okay, I'll turn the fire back off. All right. Hi, Pat. And hi, Rena. Welcome back, guys.
Hey, what's going on over here, huh?
I thought we were done.
Are
we still live?
We are.
Oh, I thought you said we're wrapping up.
No, I was.
Said you wanted to wind down. That's how you end things.
I was dropping.
That's what my ex said. And you know what? She blocked my number the next day.
I thought you were gonna be like,
she died. Yeah. Horribly. Stabbed 537 times, shot 14 times, lit on fire, launched to Mars, eaten by snakes.
What the fuck?
But actually, it was the poison that got her.
That was the first hour.
Is this a threat to Molly? Like, should we be concerned about Molly? Molly, are you okay?
When you met Molly, you should be concerned for me.
You know what? I have met Molly, and I'm not concerned. I think you deserve it all. So,
you're right.
Yep. Molly's good people.
Also, my agent will be reaching out to you, Scott, about rates for friendship. So if you wanna pay the fee,
I can watch you pay.
That's a higher fee, but I mean, in the contract, I guess. Sorry. I know a good alleyway we can go to.
Oh, yeah.
Rena, where's that alleyway?
God, get out of here. Oh my God.
Oh God.
Okay, great stream. I'll see you guys later.
Lockbergen.
Oh Jesus. Well, she's
toss a coin to your witcher.
Oh God.
That's a reference, right? Did I reference
toss
it right?
A coin in the alley?
A coin in the alley for the witcher.
Oh boy. I think she's taking this opportunity to go get an alcoholic beverage. I think she realized Lost Initiative is an alcoholic beverage stream. You know what? I think I have to agree with Rena. I'm gonna have to get one during the first break. That's the only way I'm gonna survive this.
Have you seen her? I hear her name is Rena.
Oh God. Okay, let's pull it in. Let's pull it in. All right. I was saying, and
where are we?
I said let's bring the campaign down like the rain falling from the sky, because there is a storm over Tucson this evening. The mountainous terrain that protects Tucson geographically to the north, the south, the east, the west, protecting it all over, aside from the small little passageways that you can find going through them, predominantly by river, also protects it from a lot of the bad weather that you might get. Rain occasionally does slip by, which provides the much needed water for the deep rooted vineyards that happen to exist throughout this entire countryside. It is a beautiful nation, as I said, rolling fields, lots and lots of wonderful farms, vineyards that exist here. If you're looking for any of the finer wines that exist through all of the realms, you're going to be looking to Tucson's, because they produce the best of it. Others may boast, but they're all going to fail horribly in comparison. This evening, however, found our two friendly adventurers, both Derb and Dorian, D&D, funny enough, traveling along a road where, unfortunately, the skies opened up before they were able to get underneath any bit of cover. As the rain falls, the dirt roads get incredibly muddy, just filling up, spattering of rain, spattering up mud all over their cloaks, the bottom of their pants. Their boots are completely covered in this nasty mud before they finally find themselves to a tavern where, oh my God, I just realized the name of the tavern and who I'm playing with. Where they finally find themselves to seeing a tavern off in the distance, not too far off because you can't see that far in this kind of heavy downpour. Instead, when they're near enough to it, they can see the smokestack coming from the chimneys that exist there. They can see the firelight coming through the windows.
I feel like I have a pretty high perception.
And funny enough, you already know where it is that you're going. You already know this place. Nonetheless, off in the distance, I imagine Dorian saying words of encouragements to Derb multiple times as they make their way down the road, only a little bit further, or however it is he would encourage his friends. You finally see in the distance the homestead of the Cockatrice Inn.
He said a trees.
So what was the point of us going here? Just for shelter?
It's raining.
Shelter. Of the
Gotta go out of this
Cockatrice Inn.
rain.
As you
Because it
guys,
doesn't seem like it's gonna wane.
As you guys are walking into the Cockatrice Inn, Dorian, you're reminded of a tale, one that Derb certainly wouldn't know, being relatively new to the area. You're reminded of a tale that existed in this place. The Cockatrice Inn, while being an inn, serving of good ale, having a good place by the fire that you can definitely warm yourself up, having a comfortable enough bed so that you can easily find a good sleep tonight, warm from liquor, head on pillow. This will be a good evening. But you're reminded of a story as to how it is that it got its name. The Cockatrice Inn was originally erected by a man that used to serve underneath the Knights Errant.
Why'd you have to use erected with the Cockatrice Inn?
Don't worry, it was a man.
Oh. I'm just curious.
Is
Go
there
ahead,
an alleyway
sorry.
behind the inn?
There is not an alleyway. Rena, don't worry.
Rena,
it's okay.
does this sound... Where do you work again?
Cockatrice Inn.
Oh. Go on, Mr. DM. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's canon that Rena works at the Cockatrice Inn unless she says otherwise. So,
Sure, why not?
not your character. Not your character. Not your. Yeah, I meant Rena, not whatever that
There's
name
a
is.
new NPC in the game we haven't met yet named Rena.
You don't.
Done.
Yeah. Oh no.
Done.
Oh no. What have you
Sister
done?
of Barbara.
Pat, what have you done? It's bad.
You reminded of the story of the Cockatrice Inn when it was originally erected by a man that once served underneath a Knights Errant. I did it for you again, Patrick. Underneath the Knights Errant, the knight and him had an old story of how the two of them actually went off and literally faced after a monstrous cockatrice, growing much larger than the typical size for a beast of its sort. They were able to fell the creature, and after doing so, stuffed it and mounted it as a trophy inside the inn. It existed there as a talking piece and certainly an attraction to a lot of people that came through
primitive
the
dildos
area.
Go ahead.
As a attraction to the local land until a passerby came through and realized that this thing wasn't much more than bits of pig and a stuffed pheasants thrown together to look like a cockatrice. It became a bit of a laughing stock, and eventually they took it down and replaced it with their coat of arms, which is like a shield that has a cockatrice onto it instead. You're reminded of this story. I don't know if you'd share it with Derb or not as you make your way into the tavern, but it does give you a bit of a chuckle. Not because the story's funny, but because you were literally there. Not terribly not terribly young at the time, but certainly a bit earlier in your career, and witnessed the whole incident as it transpired. It's one of those fond memories that you have, kind of going back and watching as the person was horribly shamed, as other hunters and whatnot verified that the bits there were in fact as the accuser stated. You find yourself to the doorstep, and as would be custom, there's a bit of a brush sitting outside where you kind of look down at it. you're supposed to scrub your boots, but instead, the thing looks like it's just going to end up making them dirtier. Whether or not you wipe your feet, you open the door to finally feeling the warmth coming in. You can have the light pouring over you, removing yourself finally from the dark. Oh, Jesus Christ, I forgot that thing still existed. Why hasn't it been thrown away? Molly, save me!
Look, Derb wasn't there to witness the stuffing of the cockatrice, so I figured we could do it live on camera.
Wait,
Every
do you know what
frat boy's gotten to witness the stuffing of the cockatrice, but I wasn't in a fraternity.
You don't know what a cockatrice is, do you? No.
Of course not.
Correct me if I'm wrong, because I believe I had to do a mission on this in Witcher 3. Isn't it kind of like the bird dragon-esque looking thing?
Yep, that can petrify you. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Kind of like a big chicken.
Pretty big, and it's yes.
Like a
So
dragon.
if you had to kill
I
with your
think
bare hands, it'd be fair to say you had to choke the chicken.
The one that I think
Oh
that
my
you had
God,
to deal with
no,
in Witcher, the one that you had to deal with in Witcher 3, like it was like screaming and stuff like that in the well.
Yeah.
I think right.
Yep.
That was a mission.
I actually didn't play Witcher 3, so I couldn't
Oh, okay.
confirm that.
I
but
could
probably.
be wrong. Hopefully, somebody in chat. I was gonna say I think I know what a cockatrice is. I don't think it's like a. I don't think it was like a
Oh,
hunting
we're
animal. I think-
familiar. They don't
Unfortunately,
operate
poor-
fire.
Oh, God. Moving on. I don't know what I signed myself up for. And you know the worst part is Messi is not even with us yet. It's going to get worse when we get POV.
Oh, it's very
Messi.
clean right now.
Oh, God. All right. God. So the two of you...
Doesn't it have venom too? Isn't it poisonous? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So I 100% don't remember how they work.
None of
in
this
Witcher.
matters. This is
No,
just the history of the end.
No, it
correct?
does. Because if you're gonna
Cockatrices,
fight the
yes.
cockatrice, make sure you use protection.
Cockatrices
Yes, I'm
are
gonna
as
fight
you
it.
described.
The bard with absolutely no weapons.
That's
I
not true.
probably would have.
Weapon of wit.
I probably Dorian would probably like look to kind of revel in the sight of the inn and kind of look to Derb, and just be like, there are legends of this inn. They speak of a wondrous tale of a once big flying beast, and I'd probably just kind of retell it the way that you told it, but in song and stuff like that.
Why don't you go ahead and roll me a performance check to see how it kind of goes? And you're telling this as you walk up the road, or more or less as you're entering the tavern?
A little bit of both.
Sure. So you kind of like,
Because you said I would be familiar of this place.
oh, you know it very well. Again, you were there that evening. Here's the big question before you roll that, Pat. Would you tell this as like a quicker story, like maybe like 2 or
It
3
would
minutes,
be kind
or
of like
longer?
it would be like a quick kind of just like, hey, did you know this bridge was built on top of my great aunt?
Huh.
Kind of a thing.
Okay, gotcha. So like a 2 minute to 3 minute story. Okay, cool.
It wouldn't be like a whole giant
Sure.
ballad or whatever. So still performance.
Yeah, performance check, please. Yep. That's a way to start a campaign. So he tells you the story, and what it is that Dorian is really good at telling stories. You're often entertained by them. Unfortunately, you've been literally walking through the pouring rain for some time now, and he's trying to lift his own spirits as much as your own. Either way, he tells you the story. I don't know if you retort at all or... the door opens up and the two of you are bathed in the light of the inn. You finally walk in, and once again, the warmth of the inn kind of like washes over you, taking away a bit of the chill of the outside, but it only just reminds you even further exactly how wet you are. Luckily, there's an area off to the side where you're welcome to hang your cloaks to at least get rid of some of the weight off of your shoulders. And a quick glance about the room shows you that if you move quickly, you'd actually be able to go and claim 2 seats close to the fire. Either that, or there's actually 2 seats near to each other available by the bar as well. I'm not sure if you would care to get drink or if you'd care to get
We're already
warmth.
wet. Let's cozy up by the fire. Oh, this place
I'd
sure
probably
doesn't
say-
stink. Here, let me go and buy you a drink.
I'd probably go sit by the fire.
Cool.
Please.
So the two of you, wow, the two of you, kind of like noticing it right away. Dorian, you probably quickly remove your cloak, hang it up because you know where it is. It's almost like a fluid, instinctive motion for you, and immediately make your way across over to the fire.
Bruce Almighty style.
Oh, Jesus. Make your way over to the fire where you can grab the seats. Making your way over there, you kind of claim them. You can see that others were going to grab them just about the same time. You got there first, leaves it alone. After you guys kind of get a moment to settle in, taking in the ambiance of the place, and it's not slow here. There's a lot of chatter going on. There's no music, there's no performance or anything happening, but there's a lot of chatter going on. A lot of people drinking, talking, so on and so forth. It's honestly what you live for, Dorian. It's what you love, listening to the people, taking in their stories, taking in the sounds, and sometimes making a few sounds of your own, swaying them to your side and earning some coin. Speaking of coin, I'm not sure how much you two fare or how much you care to test your luck, but you do see that there are people playing Gwent at a table nearby. There are a couple of others that happen to be watching it, but nonetheless, there's a Gwent happening there.
Can I break story for just a quick second?
Absolutely, you go right ahead.
So, when I played Witcher 3, I got into the game and stuff like that, but then I quickly lost track of playing the game to just play Gwent. I would find people in the world to play Gwent again, and I didn't do the story. I just played people to play Gwent.
It's worth it. Absolutely.
It's not, because people are fucking douchebags and they cheat.
So you just spent hours and hours playing
Playing a mini game inside of a game, yes.
and you look at the time, you're like, I wonder where the time went. It's a pun.
I probably wouldn't fare, but I would kind of push Derb to play.
What do you roll to play Gwent?
Wait. I would ask, Derb, do you know this game? I don't know. I imagine, but...
How much time of gambling have I spent? Never heard much about this game, Gwent.
So I imagine that the game is pretty similar to how it is played in the video game.
Yeah, 3 rounds. Yep.
Yeah, okay. So I would probably briefly explain to him that there are units that you use to fight. It's kind of like a Hearthstone-y kind of thing, Wade, just for your knowledge.
I won't lie. I don't know what happened to the GOG Gwent game, but I fucking love that game, and I was actually halfway decent at it too. It was so good. I used to stream playing that game, but then it disappeared, and I think there's a new one somewhere now. I don't know.
Mobile.
It's only mobile? You can't do it on PC?
I don't know. You could probably do it on BlueStacks.
It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
I don't
But
know.
basically, it's kind of like a Hearthstone-y kind of a thing, Wade, but you win the best of 3 rounds kind of a thing. I would tell Derb the rules and stuff like that as quickly as I could, and I would ask him, you should play. Pass the time.
I don't know exactly how much time I've got, but sure. Deal me in. I'll give it a shot. Talk, God damn it.
So
I would pay for his first round.
No, that's fine. And just to be clear on how it is that we're going to do Gwent, because I actually looked into a whole bunch of different rules and so on and so forth, other people's creations, try to do my own for a mini game for Gwent. And honestly, it boils down to, because 5e is supposed to be simplified, it's not supposed to be overly complicated. It's simply
Nature rolls.
there's 3 rounds where you actually play Gwent as a tools that you would have on your character sheet. Wade probably doesn't have it. So on the bottom left-hand corner of the core part of your character sheet, you're going to press under tools, the plus sign, and you're going to add the tool called Gwent. For proficiency, you're going to put no.
Wait, where are we doing this? I'm sorry.
Right where you currently have your instruments, you would actually choose to add an additional tool there and call it Gwent.
I'm just gonna add it for right now.
Yep. Oh, why can't I type?
Gwent, Wade, if you don't know how to spell it.
It won't let me type it in.
Let me look at your character sheet for you,
You want to
sir.
have it proficient, correct?
You're actually not proficient in it unless you gained proficiency in it from one of your backgrounds or whatever
So
it
how
is.
do we? It's proficient, expertise, jack of all trades.
You would actually have Jack of all trades, yes, sir.
How do I type this stupid thing in? Do I have to be on the not?
Hold on. So you put it under proficiencies. I said tool. I said tools. Like Wade's a
Did I
tool.
say tools and proficiencies? Did I read that wrong?
So right up here is where you're going to want to put it. And then you add Gwent.
Do we want this as query attribute as well?
So Gwent as a basic attribute, you can do query. Generally speaking, you're going to use
Oh,
intelligence.
there's tools.
That's what I
Generally
figured.
generally
I'm
speaking,
a
you're going to use
professional at
intelligence.
5e.
But if you want, you can use things like dexterity, whatnot. If you want to try to cheat, you can use like things like charisma, and whatnot. If you're trying to like bluff or talk down the opposing player. I know these aren't
Intelligence would be
mechanics that
fine.
generally would go with it, but it's so you can have it be fun. You are not proficient, Wade. So Proficiency
mean?
bonus. Oh, it doesn't let
So-
you choose not proficiency. You just have to take -2.
Is Gwent just as big in this timeline as it is later on? Because I know we're playing in the past.
Actually,
correct?
we're not playing in the past. No, remember?
We're not. Oh,
Yeah, we're
I
playing
don't remember when our
po-
time zone was.
Post the third game.
Post third game. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
post-
So never mind. Yeah. So it would still be
it's
extremely
after
popular.
the thing happened and the people did the thing.
Post epilogue.
Yeah.
So it would still just be as popular as it was in Witcher 3. So.
Oh, absolutely.
You
Absolutely.
talk to people about Gwent. You know, most people, even like regular farmhands, know what Gwent is.
That doesn't necessarily mean they have a full deck and they're able to play.
That doesn't mean they have anything worth of value, but some of the cards are actually worth quite a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got 10 of those cards that are worth.
It's like Pokemon, but
my
like
backstory. I
Yeah,
opened
sure.
a box, 2 of the rarest Gwent cards, 500 gold each.
Ooh, how did the rock gnome get that?
Found it with my hands out of that guy's pocket.
So for your Gwent skill, I can't believe it doesn't allow you to choose not proficiency. I understand it's supposed to be
'Cause it knows I'm
tools and proficiencies, but it doesn't let you choose not proficient. It's so weird. So that's okay. So he's talking you into playing Gwent. How much did you want to gamble for him to play Gwent, sir?
This is a beginner's amount.
Sure. So you want to put like say 3 coin down, 3 gold?
Yeah, I was gonna say 3 to 5. I wasn't gonna go crazy.
Sure. So you put down 3 gold, and then for you, Wade, again for a simplified version of this game, and if you guys decide you want it to be become more complicated, we can do so as we move on in the campaign. But for now, it's best out of 3, rock paper scissors style. You roll your Gwent roll against mine. So that's actually the person you're going against. You're going to be just literally pressing the button Gwent. But you can choose, Wade. Do you want to be the one that rolls first, or do you want to be the one that rolls second?
Oh, I'm not too
It's always best.
knowledgeable
Oh, I
about
don't
what
know.
to do, so I will take my turn right after
When
you.
I played in Gwent, I liked going second.
Okay. So I will
I would
play.
probably urge you to go second.
And there are reasons and ways that advantage and disadvantage can happen, but again, we're keeping this vanilla for now. So I go first, and I roll extremely well.
So you thought.
So you're gonna click the Gwent button, put his intelligence, I imagine. Okay. A handed defeat in this round of Gwent.
It was close.
And so we will go again, and I will play first. I rolled
Roll less
decent.
than a 10, maybe.
Maybe. Hey! It's a tie on round 2. For a tie, we have to do a tiebreaker. So it's going to be a flat
Scissors.
a flat D20 roll.
Isn't the round just decided?
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah.
reset. It's reset.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a null round, so you replay it. I think that's how my memory on Gwent is fuzzy, but I thought if it came into a tie, it's a
Yeah,
it's
you
a
just more or
redo.
less have less cards to play again.
Yeah, you have less in your deck.
Yeah. All right, so sir, you are more or less rolling again. I'll go first. Oh, I rolled less than a 10 for you. Roll a 1. Wait, roll a 1.
You think I'd roll less than fuck?
Ah, that makes me happy. And so they play 3 rounds. There's 2 losses and a tie. You end up losing the 3 coin to the other person. And they say, hey, double or nothing?
Oh, I think I've had my fun. My game for the night is done. Would you like to step in, Dorian? Try your best to get a win?
No, I've gotten more than entertaining and much more entertainment watching you.
This game's really made me try to think. I need to go and get myself another drink.
Oh boy. I understand true initiative. We're going to add slightly more complex things later on. So continuing on. So the 2 of you guys where you were playing over there, you have your seat by the fire and so on and so forth. Eventually you're going to have a barmaid will come over to you and, she'll kind of walk up and be like, Oi, I imagine you're here for drinks as well. What can I get for you boys?
It's raining out there quite a pail, so fetch us 2 of your finest ale.
You got the coin to pay for it. I see you losing at the cards over there. I just want to make sure you have enough to get us through.
Before she even finishes that, I probably would have just tossed her the coins that she would need.
Ooh, why thank you, dearie.
How much would it be? Like just 2 coins?
Yeah. It just
One
yeah.
for each string. Yeah.
Yeah.
When she asked, "Do you have enough coin for it?" I would have just thrown it.
Honestly,
on
if
the
you toss
table
her
or on the counter.
one gold would be more than enough. She
Yeah,
goes,
yeah, it would probably just be 1 gold then.
Yep. She says, "You got the coin to pay and a face that's not bad to look at. My name's Rena. If you need something, you give me a holla." She goes off.
Are there any alleyways nearby, X?
It's actually supposed to be
God.
vaguely Italian or French-ish seeming, but I had to play this character for fun, just for you, Rena. Hey, how you doing, dearie?
What is that voice?
Just for
Oh,
you.
good old Brooklyn grandma, my favorite accent.
Oh, all right. So, anyways, she'll go off and get drinks for you guys. Now, while you're kind of sitting there and relaxing, the two of you are literally just kind of taking in the scenes, taking in the area. Why don't you go ahead as you're having conversations with one another, but also falling quiet, getting warmth. You don't necessarily have to fill every moment of silence with conversation. The two of you can go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Would I have advantage on just knowing the area, knowing the bar? That's my only, like, I'm not trying to get advantage on this. I'm just asking, me being familiar with this, would it be out of the question to ask for advantage because I'm
No, you know what?
familiar with
I already put it in your backstory. I will give it to you.
it? Okay. I don't know what I'm looking out for, but I mean, I feel like if I knew where the coat rack was, I would know.
Where to listen?
So,
Like where
yeah.
people worth listening to might be sitting about, or
Maybe
how to
I
make your
performed
rounds.
here. Maybe, yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
You have
I'm
just in the
drinking a
alley.
little bit faster than Dorian. Can I get disadvantage on my roll?
Yes, yes, you can. You're also short. It's fun to say to Wade. It makes me happy. You guys don't understand. It makes me so happy.
See, Wade, this is what he was way excited about. He's like, yes, he's gonna be a gnome. Nice.
Not too bad.
Wow, that's pretty good. The two of you guys are sitting there relaxing, trying to again warm up and make sure that you're not going to be getting sick overnight. You're totally not going to have to make fortitude saves in your first session because of the opening scenery. Don't worry about that. I'm a nice DM.
How many times have you walked in the rain?
Many times. I'm British.
What's the roll on a fortitude save from rain sickness? A 2?
Oh, it's not very high. On it, truth be told, it's actually not very high. It's actually closer to between a 7 and a 9. So, but moving on. So while you guys are sitting there, you listen to a story being told by a couple of guys, just like laughing and joking. They're talking specifically about a friend of theirs. Specifically about a friend of theirs named Rupert. They're like,
That's a nerd's name.
Are we listening? Or are we eavesdropping?
you're eavesdropping. You're not a part of the conversation. The two of you.
I didn't
are
know
just
if it was
together.
like a performance kind of what I did. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. So it's a couple of guys talking, and they're talking about their friend Rupert, and they're like, Rupert, you have to understand, he's been talking about his neighbor's wife for a couple of days now. He just keeps talking about her every night he sees her. She comes out and she walks around the house, and apparently she's bare-chested and everything. And he's been apparently had an eye on her for a few years. I guess things haven't been going so well by Rupert's neighbor's house because, let's just say he hasn't seen the neighbor around for a while. So, Rupert told me when I saw him 2 days ago that he's like, next time he sees her creeping around outside the house, he's gonna go out and well, at least say hello. And I'm just saying, boys, I ain't seen him yesterday, and I ain't seen him tonight. I think Rupert found himself another way to occupy his time. And then, the guys around are kind of like chuckling and laughing at him and so on and so forth. Now, for you, for the two of you, that story means little to nothing. But for somebody else who happens to be sitting at the bar with a cloak pulled over their head because they don't want to draw too much attention to themselves, new to this strange land and these strange people, drawing too much attention could be a bad thing. You don't know what these people are like. You don't know what their opinion of you is. I mean, you've heard stories of Nilfgaard, but most of the stories you heard is about the wars that they wage constantly. There's been 3 wars in the past only so many years. Even if you can call the wars a victory, it doesn't change the fact that there's still war and land after land is being taken. There's a degree of tolerance here, but you don't know how far that tolerance goes. You hear the story and you combine it with the little other information that you've heard about the area as you were coming into it, asking questions and listening. It wasn't too long ago that there was a pretty massive incident that happened at the capital city of Tucson, Beauregard.
Is our first quest in Nilfgaard literally a MILF?
I wasn't gonna say anything.
Oh, no.
I sat here and I wrote it down. I was like MILF in Nilfgaard.
God. I was wondering why you were laughing, and I was like,
He's
trying
like-
to reach out, like what I
Like,
missed.
everyone loves the neighbor's wife here in Nilfgaard. I was like, more like Nilfgaard. Oh.
Oh,
When he said that, like two things popped in my head on like what could be attacking her. I'm like, wait a minute. It's MILF and Nilfgaard. I feel like
I turned
I feel
around from the bar dramatically. I know what it is.
I
They're
have
in the
eyes on
alley right
neighbor's
now.
wife too.
Oh God.
All right. It's good to be level 3.
Yeah, I needed that.
You have no one to blame but yourself.
You set all of this up.
Oh, yeah.
Right into it.
The first quest that pops up on the PlayStation 4 is more like Milfgard.
Oh, I got it. Oh,
It's the achievement.
beer up my
like-
nose. Ow. Oh.
Woo the neighbor's wife away from Dupert, or whatever the hell his name was. Rupert.
Rupert.
Achievement unlocked.
I like
Good old
Rupert
Dupert.
Oh, my God. Where is my cursor? Jesus.
Oh jeez.
Okay. Wow.
We're family friendly.
All right.
Tell us more about this
Trying.
great quest line.
Rena, you heard about an incident that happened not too long ago. Obviously, somebody of your caliber, somebody of your training, one of the things that you do when you walk into a newer area is immediately start asking questions, check around with things that have happened recently, rumors, so on and so forth. And apparently what happens not too long ago in the capital city of this place of Tucson, it was under siege, under attack. Many people died, and even many more were injured because apparently a vampire swarm came and attacked the place. The reasoning for it is not entirely understood. You don't know why this happens, who was the cause. You know, it's something to do with the palace that happened to be there, but beyond that, you know very little. But hearing the story of what they're describing, a bare-chested woman stalking around outside a person's house at night, this is concerning to say the least. Rumors like that, not seeing the neighbor lately, he's gone missing. It could just be infidelity. There's little to no crime in that one, or at least none of your concern. But perhaps it's something more. A Bruxa? An Alp? Maybe something worth investigating, seeing if you can get a little bit more information. These boys might know something.
We're experts on
If
bare-chested
they're
women.
talking pretty loudly, right? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
is that what our perception was for? Just to like focus in on what they were saying?
Yep, to be able to hear it as cleanly as she could easily hear it from where she was.
Are they here at the bar with us? Because I imagine we moved from the fire to the bar.
So I
Or
was
did
still
we-
having you guys over by the fire, and
Okay.
you're just drinking over there. So they're actually at a table right next to the bar, a little bit further from you, but pretty much right next to Arena sitting at the bar. Obviously, you don't notice her.
Rena's in the game. I thought she was the bartender.
Rena the PC, not Rena the bartender. Though when you look
Both
around
our
out of
character
concern
names.
for
I don't know
her,
why Rena is just always Rena.
when you look around out of concern for her, she looks back at you and is like,
Ew.
To the rock gnome? Wait.
"Oh yeah,
A little fun goes a long way. It's not too late tonight to play.
oh god,
There's an alley right this way.
No.
oh
The
god,
alley.
Don't worry, I've got the coin to pay.
The alley of plenty.
Ooh, toss
Dorian
a
would walk.
coin to Rena, the alley of plenty, the alley of plenty.
Yeah. I can't take credit for that.
Oh.
Me.
Dorian would finish his
Pay no
drink in
attention
kind
to
of
me.
a. Dorian would finish his drink in kind of a fast gesture. and try to walk back up to ask discreetly to Rena the bartender if she knows of where this Rupert person lives, and I'd probably slip her another extra coin for one for the drinks, two for the information. I guess would that be a what would that be?
Nature.
It's persuasion with advantage.
Persuasion.
With advantage.
Would she recognize me?
This person seems to be
I
new
guess
here.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, you don't know her. She's new here. She's from out of town. So
I would have just asked.
Derry.
I'd just
So
be
she
like,
sounds
hey,
so,
that,
you know.
the ale was quite nice. If I can get one more, and I would probably just, I would slide the coin for the drinks, and I would ask, is there any information on Rupert and his family, or or where the location of their house is? And I would slip kind of like the other coin and stack it kind of on top of the other one.
Okay.
Did you say I rolled that with advantage?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because I did.
And the DC is not very high. I mean, considering the coin and everything else that you're doing. So you actually, Wade was supposed to roll perception with. Oh, he did. Never mind. My apologies.
He did.
Moving on. I didn't see the 1 on the 17. I'm dumb. Shut up, Wade. Moving on. So you guys. So you ask her that, and she actually looks and says, "Rupert's. Oh, I'm sorry, dearie. I honestly, I'm new around here. I don't know a Rupert. But you know what? For your pretty blue eyes, green eyes. What do you got here, boyo?
Oh, it would have been green.
For your pretty green eyes, I'll ask around and see what I can find out."
Please do it. And I would kind of like look back to them and back to her discreetly.
Roll me a perception check, Rena.
Okay.
Normal.
That was a
You
dark
actually
dice.
you actually hear the interaction
That's a very
that
dark
happens
dice.
between him
I thought it would
and
be white. The numbers. Let me see if I can change it. Sorry. I like the
Hey.
color.
It's a good color.
you actually hear the interaction between this man over here and the woman behind the bar that he kind of leans over and has a conversation with. When he looks over to see to gesture towards the men, like looking at them for a moment for her, there's a moment where you can kind of sideways glance and kind of catch a look at him. That being said, for the first time, Dorian, could you please describe your character to everybody?
So Dorian is. It's weird. I just have a picture of Venti in my head. He wears kind of a green, not super bright or flamboyant, but he does wear kind of a dark foresty green, kind of, I don't know, barred-looking top, and kind of some, I want to say khaki or even like a darker color due to the rain kind of pants. Some strange shoes that don't really match with the rest of his getup, but he has black hair, green eyes, kind of, I don't know, I don't want to say super light skin, but yeah, half wood elf, not wood elf, just half elf for everybody watching, but one wouldn't realize that by looking at him. And he wears a hat, a nice little almost what oh god, what are the, it's like a really big hat that kind of just sits on the back of your head.
Like a
nice
fez?
big black one. No, not a fez.
A
That sits on the
graduation
top of your
cap.
head.
A yarmulke?
Yeah. Sure. No. Kind of a big hat that just kind of sits on the back of his head. Kind of trying to conceal his ears and
A
stuff. like
bowler?
that. Sure. Not
No.
a bowler.
It has a brim to it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't know what.
hat.
I understand what you're describing visually. I don't know what it's
But
called. though.
basically, he wears a very big hat.
beret?
To kind of, yeah.
But no.
mainly to conceal ears is mainly the reason why he wears.
Okay. Is it a raspberry beret? One that you
No,
got
it's a-
from
it's very dark. It's a very almost. I described it as black, but thinking more about it, it'd be more kind of a maroon color. Again, his clothes don't really go well with each other. He doesn't match very well.
Oh, okay, cool. So anyways,
Again, his shoes are very strange to the rest of him. So, yeah.
someone's saying a bonnet. So Rita, you toss a sideways glance, and you happen to see this about that person. He is trying to tuck his ears in, but again, you're a bit more perceptive than the average person. With disadvantage, you can roll perception on this one, and the DC is not low.
Okay.
That means it's high.
Unfortunately, you don't pick up the fact that he's a half elf or anything like that. You just see a man walk up to the bar and ask these
I
questions.
say, I
and so on
hope
and so
not. I
forth.
have a disguise.
You don't know that he's
kit.
a half elf. It's exactly 63 years old with a medical degree, and he wears 2 different size shoes. with a stubbed left toe. You don't see any of that.
So you make your way back over. Rena,
Did you say that we saw this shadowed caped figure at the bar?
I mean, there's just a person at the bar with a cloak on. I mean, you can tell by the form.
We're aware that they're there, but nothing else. Okay.
You can tell by the form underneath the cloak that clearly they're female. I mean, or either that or somebody built like Mike. You know, it comes off as, you know, it's not like clearly like a dude.
Nothing too strange there. Lots of females in Milfgard.
Milfgard's most of this continent now, so I mean.
Now we're just talking about it.
Moving on. So you actually hear that conversation, Rena, between the two of them. What do you choose to do? I'm just kind of throwing this to you here. Are you going to go talk to those gentlemen, sit and kind of watch how this plays out? What's your plan?
Actually, she just watch and listen, but paying more attention to kind of both groups of people now.
Sure.
To the man who just came up and asked questions, and then to the original conversation.
What's up,
I
Pat?
immediately run a perception just to see if anybody heard me.
There would be a discretion versus perception, but because something like this is so subtle, she's not moving much. I'll give her advantage on the deception.
It
and
would
you
mean mainly
average
just to be
perception.
like looking at the bar while I wait for my drinks. Kind of just.
I gotcha. So you have an average, and she has an advantage on deception. Go ahead, boys.
Am I just doing straight normal?
Yep.
So wait, am I rolling?
Advantage deception. Yep.
Okay.
Again, I'm not looking for exactly what she's doing, but
Molly, thank you for the raid, Molly.
Gem Squad!
Molly.
Molly was making the devil cry tonight.
Oh, that's mean. So Rena, you actually pull ahead just by a little bit, despite your penalty there. You actually pull ahead by a little bit. He does not notice the fact that you happen to be listening in on things. You grab your drinks, you go over and you sit down, and a little bit of time's passing. Almost an hour passes, but that doesn't matter much to either of you. You're both just enjoying your libations, being inside the warmth and out of that rain. Most likely the three of you are going to be spending the night here. The only other thing I do want to point out, and this is going to go to you, Wade, and Molly's going to want to hear this because she's very, very interested in what's about to be said. Is as you watch that man with the mismatched clothing and whatnot who had that conversation go over and find this comfortable seat by the fire, a couple moments later on, you notice who it is that he's, continues conversation with, his traveling companion. Wade, why don't you go ahead and describe, first say your character's whole name and then describe him for me?
Derb Longbit is my name. Smith it is my game. Derb stands at a proud 4 feet tall and weighs, Molly, you're going to love this. He weighs 44 pounds. Glad you're here for that.
Hey.
Green eyes as well. I think Pat also had green eyes. Now, gnomes live to be like pretty old. They can live up to like 350 years or 500 years or something. And Derb's still relatively young. He's a ripe 84. So he's lived a decent amount of life. He's up there, but he's still pretty young considering for how old they can get. He looks, I wouldn't say he looks dirty, but he definitely looks like he is of the working class. He doesn't really try to look super like fancy or presentable. He just looks like someone who's worked a long day and taking it easy. He's got a like a black beard, black hair that's kind of like flows not quite shoulder length, but down there a little bit with a pretty big ears and nose. And he looks like a rock gnome.
So it's just Wade, but half his height.
Thanks, man.
Welcome.
I got brown eyes, though. I wish you would have noticed.
I've seen you in person how many times?
More times than some.
More times than that's true. It's true. Rena, I got you beat. What?
Oh, I know.
It makes you feel any better, Rena. He couldn't look me in the eyes because he was at belly button height.
Oh, come on!
Oh.
Jesus Christ! I was just about
And he
to.
was on a stool.
And he can't even jump that high, so.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! Oh, Rena, come on, come on! You know that's some bullshit, okay? You know that's some bullshit.
Dude, I've seen you try to jump,
Got a
man.
Fisher Price basketball hoop, and he dunks on it every day.
No, Rena's referencing something very specific.
you know what? I
some
feel like the
bullshit.
community here should help buy Scott a little Fisher basketball hoop we could put in the back of his
Or a
little
booster
office.
seat.
A booster seat.
He would love to get to look Brittany in the eye when they go out to restaurants after the pandemic.
Brittany's 4'11". She's tiny.
And you're 4 feet.
Oh, come on, Brittany! I'm taller than you. Sorry. Control yourself, Scott. So anyways, you look over
Are
and
the
you see
stairs
that
in your
snake
house
come-
like mountains?
You know what's funny is this house actually belonged to short people prior to me. So I
Did
feel
you live in a boot?
I feel like I'm so big here. I can reach up and touch the ceiling, and this makes me feel tall. Whereas the previous place was
This
like
gives
12-foot
you power
ceilings.
over me?
I live in a normal person house. It's quite large.
No, I could touch the ceilings from pretty much any room in the house, which is nice. Makes me feel tall.
Ow.
Yeah.
I couldn't even walk in the door.
No, it's not that small, Wade.
I think Wade's taller than your entire house.
It's like a sand castle.
Scott literally lives in Hobbiton.
It's like the actual house, like the little dollhouse from The Haunting of. I was called Ellie Manor. Bly
Oh,
Manor.
look, Naga says Scott is smaller than his wife can confirm. There we go. Perfect. We have confirmation.
Yeah. I trust Naga.
I trust Naga.
Naga
Anyway,
lives in like
continue.
another part of like a different planet. Naga doesn't know.
I know why you love D&D so much, Scott. You can be as tall as you want. Now talk to little 4-foot gnome Wade. Feel big and powerful while you do it.
I'm gonna keep drinking alcohol. It's my potions, my Witcher potions. So, anyways, you
Do it.
you sir,
It won't make you taller.
you sir are sorry, Urina. You watch as she kind of goes about flitting about the room, as do you, Dorian. You watch as she goes flitting about the room, grabbing beverages for these people, grabbing food for that person, eventually coming over and getting your order, tossing you a wink, but not any information yet. And continues to kind of talking to different people. You can see she has side conversations like a lot of barmaids or whatnot would be doing during a busy night as they're trying to like keep track of what's going on. But hopefully it's going to be fruitful, and in the end it is. Like I said, about an hour, a little bit more than passes before she finally comes back over and will lean in to have a conversation with you. Because she's leaning in, she's trying to whisper. Rena, you're gonna have to roll a disadvantage perception check to hear what's said. You unfortunately don't pick up anything, but you can, with your perception check right there, without having to roll an insight, you can clearly tell that the conversation she's having with him.
Oh wait, I have passive perception.
What is it?
A 14.
Oh yeah, that's not gonna be high enough because
Okay.
the ambience of this busy inn is gonna be too loud for you to pick that up. There's people
Okay.
playing Gwents and yelling at each other, other people claiming for cheating and blah blah blah. So, anyways, she leans down to you and she says, "Hey there, sweetie. So, I was able to find a little bit of information for you. Rupert, he lives not that far from here, which is why he often comes to this inn to grab some drinks with his friends. Maybe, I mean, if the skies were clear, maybe about a 15, 20-minute walk north of here. There's a small crop of houses out that way, and he lives inside one of them. It's only about 4 or 5 houses out there. Anyways, yeah, he's usually here with that group of guys, and they're usually drinking and whatnot. I don't see him yesterday, and now that I was reminded who he usually is here. Beyond that, I know that those boys over there are saying something about him, having a thing for his neighbor's wife. So they've been talking about it tonight and pretty much every night for months now. I don't really know much about that, but
I'd kind of like pat her on the hand, just thanking her for, all of that.
yeah, his neighbor's name, if it helps you, his name's Tyler.
Word says he's out somewhere by himself, dungeoning her.
I thought DMs were supposed to be creative. Like I thought names were supposed to be creative.
Tyler's
We
a
cycle
pretty
the
mundane
same
name.
6 things of bullshit.
Tyler's fairly mundane. It's
Wait, there's a
Trini and
character-
Barbara. They in
There's
the
a
bar?
character in Genshin called Dong Dong.
More creative. Wait till we run into Wade and Patrick. The trolls that live under the bridge.
And at least we stop people and we make a good living.
Scott will be like, see, Wade, you have to be a troll after all.
Don't worry, wait.
so-
You're always a
you're so
troll.
small.
You're always
so
a troll. God damn it. I often think you look up to Treadmill. Like that is your your source. You wake up in the morning, you look at Treadmill's images and posts, and you're like,
I
fuel
have
for
a
the day.
whole wall of Treadmill's art. I'm just like, I can do this.
Yeah, seriously, it's like, this is my Wheaties. Like, that's, yeah, I gotcha. I honestly imagine like shoes, Converse probably because of canvas, sneakers that is just a collage of treadmills artwork. I would wear Converse sneakers that were like, and I hate Converse, that was like a collage of treadmills artwork of Wade. I'd do it. I'd wear it with pride. That is marketable, my opinion, as a single individual person. Moving on. So she leans down and says that to you. What do you say, Dorian?
I would just kind of like tap her on the hand and say thank you for, all this. And I'd probably give her just one more coin just for, helping and keeping it discreet.
Okay. And then when she walks away, how do you kind of like follow up with that?
Well, I imagine did she just whisper it to where I can only hear? Or
other people, so Wade would be able to hear you because he could have leaned in a little bit and heard. Yeah.
Okay, so I'd probably just look to Derb. Seems there's something amiss in this town. Kind of strange. What are your takes?
Talking in a lower tone, and now it's just the two of them, Derb will actually speak less in rhyme. It's a little surprising. Not to you, you know it, but like everyone else watching. Those same things are a little strange. Something feels slightly off about this otherwise normal, what's the word I'm looking for? Be the wordsmith, infidelity.
Think we should investigate or leave it to local authorities? He would kind of like look behind him, then look back.
Well, we're here.
They did say there was a topless MILF around.
This was in the last town too, but they didn't tell us it was a troll.
Very unfortunate.
We're here. Might as well look into it if we're gonna try to be decent. Might as well do it right.
When you say look into it, it'll like kind of nudge you like, okay.
He'll like finish off his drink at that too.
Okay.
I like this town already. What kind of oars they got?
So you guys finish up your conversation. Are you saying that you're going to go and check this out kind of tomorrow situation?
Immediately,
yeah.
right now. Yeah.
Wait.
It's raining right now. Why would we go back out in the rain?
Yeah, so I
You
said
said that we'd have to do checks.
That's what I said tomorrow. Yeah.
The sun will come out
And
tomorrow.
Rena,
Annie told us that.
You saw the conversation. Clearly she was trying to fulfill his request from earlier, but you weren't able to hear what was said. What do you say? She kind of like leans up and walks away from the group of them. You keep it to yourself. How do you act?
She's gonna keep to herself for now.
Okay.
She's still just kind of absorbing whatever.
The night
info.
rolls on. Hours are going to pass. People are going to start to dwindle out of this place. That group of guys are rather drunk as it is right now. Again, one of them is going to be like, fuck. It's raining out there still. I got to get home. I'm not going to get up in time to do the things I gotta do. One of his friends kind of cuts in and goes, hey, it's the best part about walking in the rain? Piss yourself, nobody knows. They're kind of like laughing to each other, sort of a thing. And you see the group of them are getting up and doing that like slow friends drunk goodbye, where they're like walk 4 steps, talk for a bit, walk 5 steps, talk for a bit, stand outside the door, talk for a bit, go outside where it's absolutely miserable and pouring on them and talk for a lot longer, and then finally go their own way. That's how it kind of starts to happen. I'm not sure if any of you guys choose to take action at this point or allow them to leave.
One of my flaws is I do have to stop people from pissing themselves in the rain.
It's a very, very unique flaw.
I know. I figure you had to have read this before you came up with this story. I think I might let him go for now.
Oh, you have to roll for that. We'll save. I'm just kidding.
Don't worry. I can give you inspiration. You'll be fine.
Yay!
So does anybody take action? Do we let them leave and you guys just spend the night?
I imagine as they're leaving, I would probably. Well, no. This is the following day.
No, this is the same evening.
Oh
They're
yeah,
leaving
same
drunk.
evening. I would have just told Derb. I imagine we would have talked in our conversation about leaving the next day. So I probably would imagine we ordered a room, however expensive that is, and
Sure.
I got separate rooms or whatever. We probably wouldn't have gone to bed.
Yep, together. Ooh. Yeah, so separate rooms. There'll just be 4 coins for you to 4 gold for you to cover you guys for the evening, and you guys are going to be able to
each or together.
Together, 4 gold, and you pay
the
for that.
drinks, I'll get the rooms.
Rena, as
I'm down 7 coins already, dude.
Rena, as a Witcher, you can drink a good amount of alcohol before you really have to worry about getting drunk. You can get drunk, don't get me wrong, but it does take a good amount of alcohol. So you sit there and leisurely drinking and listening to things as they go by. That doesn't bother you. This is perfectly fine. Eventually, you're going to see the bar filter out more and more, and people kind of dwindle down more and more. You've already paid for your room for the evening, so you don't have to worry about making sure that you have one for the night. Eventually, you see those 2 companions get up and start walking away, but as they do so, confirm for me, Wade, because I don't believe I'm incorrect on this. Your character being a Mahakam craftsman, being a guild craftsman, you actually carry a sigil of your craft or craftsmanship, right? Like you actually have something that identifies you as being so that can be seen by a keen eye, correct?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay. I thought so. I thought we had talked about it. I just couldn't recall. Rena, could you do me a favor and roll me a perception check? Don't fail yourself now.
Normal.
Mm-hmm. As they get up and turn around, you notice that the man that's with him isn't just a gnome, which you obviously know of gnomes and the fact that, they're one of the elder races and generally peaceful and they make great craftsmen, so on and so forth. You happen to see he actually has the markings on him that say he's a Mahakam craftsman. He's actually part of a guild that shows that he knows his craft. I mean, you yourself, your swords are holding up, but let's be honest, you traveled a great distance over some pretty rough terrain to get here. You didn't earn the name that you have, but for nothing. It's something that you hold pride because of the difficulties that you experienced traversing that area. But your equipment is in terrible shape. Your armor's holding up well enough, but not the weapons. And it's a fear that they're going to break first time you come across a foe that's actually legitimately worth it. Seeing that he happens to be a Mahakam craftsman walking by, it definitely would catch your eye. Whether or not you would address it now is a different conversation. Thanks.
She probably wouldn't. Seeing as they're headed up, she thinks she's got a better chance, of talking to him or catching him in the morning and talking to him then.
Sure. So the 2 of them are going to make their way into their bedroom, which their bedrooms are small. Like we're talking like these are borderline closets, right? You go into them, there's a bed inside of it. There's a small spot for like a table to throw some shit on. Otherwise, there's like a bucket to put some stuff into. There's not much space inside there. By stuff, I mean poop. There's not much.
I was like, what else would you put in a bucket that here, my wallet, my loot?
Well, you take it out into the rain, you get into rain catch, you have drinks all night.
Well, if you drink a lot, you have to vomit in your poop soup. So, you have to...
You drink a lot, you have to vomit?
If you drink a lot of alcohol and you got a bellyache, you might have to vomit in your poop soup.
That's why there's a window. You just open the window and right into the alleyway. Kinky shit.
Unfortunately, it wasn't a window, it was a dumbwaiter.
Yeah, her name's Rena, and you be nice to her, okay?
Get out of here.
She's not that dumb. All right. So, anyways, you guys go into your rooms, and you're able to find your way to your bed and pass out. The sound of the pouring rain on the ceiling is soothing enough that it would put you to sleep. If it wasn't for the fact that, could the 2 of you, you boys, roll me a d20 real quick?
Poop castle.
Damn it.
Poop bucket. It's just /R D20.
Yes, sir.
Is it all one thing or
yeah
/R space?
No, it's space then 1d20. Yep.
That's what I thought.
Except for the fact that the poor gnome lying in his bed has a leak in the ceiling right over his head. He was thinking he'd stay there and get some rest, but instead he lies on the floor.
I'll drag the mattress onto the floor.
Oh wait, is this like a sleeping thing?
Yeah, it's an inn.
Well, like, is this were we preparing to sleep? Because Dorian wouldn't have slept.
Oh, that's fine. As I said, it's very late now.
If he realizes that there's a leak above his bed.
Late. And
right.
Easy solution. I've got a bucket. I drag the mattress. I say,
it's
oh,
one
fuck
of
it.
my,
I'm gonna grab
it's one
this
of my
bucket.
it's one of my traits. So
Leaks from the ceiling?
I sleep just as much as I need to and on an unusual schedule. So I probably wouldn't have slept even after drinking. If I noticed your bed was all leaky and shit, I probably would have offered you my bed and I'd probably just sit on the table.
I mean, you guys are in 2 different rooms, 2 different small rooms.
Oh, are we? Okay,
Yeah,
I didn't know if we were in the same room. That's why we paid together.
No, you're
okay.
good. And you probably still do the same thing. You sit up at the edges of your bed, nice and
Yeah,
comfortable and
I
right
would,
or whatever.
I wouldn't have slept regardless.
Sure.
I apologize. I thought we were in the same room.
No, you're fine. And your character, as he's enjoying his haze of alcohol, what does he do to pass the time this evening?
Sleep.
For you, you would probably sleep. I probably would have tuned my lute, probably cleaned it, probably cleaned my other instruments that I carry with me, make sure that they're clean and, in tune, I guess, make sure that they look pleasantly. For my character, he cares more about the looks of his instruments more than the clothes that he wears, because he's strange like that.
You gotta
Like,
take
if you
care of
look
your
at
tool
his,
when you're in Milfgard.
yeah, if you look at his lute or his lyre, which you see kind of like strapped to him, they're always very, very clean, very shining, look brand new.
Liar? I hardly even know her.
So anyways, you, sir, are, brain's not working. You guys, you both go and you spend the evening. You sleep less than the average person. That's perfectly fine. It doesn't matter. You just spend your evening relaxing, sleeping, whatever it is that you do. Rena, as the place continues to empty out more and more so, they leave. You get the information off them. Does the Witcher also go find a place to rest her head for the evening? Because remember, you still sleep. You have not yet learned how to trance.
Yeah.
Proper trance.
Why am I Derb? That's Dorian, and Rena's still Rena. Why are you calling her the same name as the bartender?
Because I haven't heard her say your character's name yet, so know how to pronounce it
He
correctly.
doesn't know how to say it. Yeah, that's. I
think it's assume Attilia, but I wasn't sure.
I don't want to correct you because I don't want to. No, I'm just kidding. It's Atelia.
Atelia. There we go. I've been waiting for her to say it. She hasn't said it all the time. And you can't fuck up Derb. It's like you look at that word and you go, is that Direb?
It's Dear Bay.
Yeah, Dear Bay. Well, you are in Tucson, so.
Dear Bay.
Dear
Thanks,
Bay,
Rena.
Long Beat.
Threw me a damn bus.
Yeah. Hey, it's okay.
And she'll do it again, I tell you.
See, Scott's the kind of guy who'd have to take me to Starbucks to figure out what my name was because he already forgot.
That is so true. It's painful.
He's got a tattoo of Brittany on his arm, and she's like, "Oh, that's cute." And he's like, "If only she knew, so I was gonna find her name."
He looks at his arm every once in a while. Oh, hey, Britt.
It's spelled BRIT-KNEE.
No, listen, I remember the name Brit because it rhymes with shit. It's nice and easy. Nice and easy.
That's weird because I saw the wedding photo and I saw Britt next to shit.
Yeah, well, I looked
Got
good.
him.
I look good. Okay, I look young.
I may have
looked
been
young.
shit, but I looked fucking good, Wade. You admit that.
Yesterday was my 8-year anniversary married, and I won't lie. Looking back at those
Happy
wedding
anniversary.
photos. Oh, thank you. Looking back at those wedding photos, I'm like, oh, that sexy young man. What happened to him? As his wife buys him orthopedic shoes. I wish I was joking. My wife bought me orthopedic shoes.
To be fair, I've had orthopedic shoes for a long time, but it's because I run. I have plantar fasciitis, so I need it for my
Plantar
my right
fasciitis,
foot.
yeah. For both my feet, unfortunately.
I have really high arches.
It's for actually, yeah. Same. I have like I should be wearing high heels, high arches. Yeah, same. Hey,
What
Pat,
you guys
we're a
do
lot
on your
alike.
wedding day is up to you.
The arch in your foot. Do you have a flat foot or do you have a high arch?
I have a high arch.
He wore
seriously.
heels so he'd be taller on
Yeah,
his wedding day.
so I don't wear soft shoes. Like the sole of my shoe, like the insert, has to be actually a hard insert that has like a big bump in it to make sure it contours correctly. I get them from a podiatrist because otherwise walking literally
I had
becomes.
those
That's
and
a
I
doctor for
hated
your
it.
feet. The more you know.
I got cortisone shots. This is years ago. I got cortisone shots because of how bad it was, and that helped me kind of like get my feet used to it. It was bad.
I had like a really bad mild one only when I ran, because when I would run, my high arches went to flat, and that's where the inflammation was. And then when I'd let go, it'd go back to high arch, so it sucked.
Oh God, that sounds horrible.
Greenish, we talk
Yeah,
about
so
our
every
feet too,
time,
or,
every time I would land, it would go flat and just stretch that tendon.
I don't know, man.
Yeah. Onlyfeet.com/plantar
Keep it a mystery.
fasciitis. Yeah.
Plantar fasciitis sucks.
It's
Basically,
absolutely
just
terrible.
think like you have a knot in in your foot, like on the bottom of it, and it just fucking burns.
Do you know what makes plantar fasciitis better? What are they called? Bone spurs in the balls of your feet.
Bone
That's so
spurs in
good.
the balls is also not good.
Yeah.
I was saying the balls.
No.
Oh boy,
Yep.
getting me all sweaty, Scott.
What could I say?
Go on, let's. What's happening in the game now?
So we're talking about feet. I got
I had
excited.
a horrible nightmare. That's what happened.
Oh.
Not sweet dreams. Ball spurs and feet.
Hot.
Hey, Rena, welcome to Lost Initiative.
Oh yeah, I'm glad to be here.
You're the only one.
You thought it was bad with me, Messy, and Tyler.
I thought regicide was bad.
Yeah, no, it's bad. Oh man.
Oh,
We'll
welcome.
get used to Pat.
Scott, yeah. Well, shut the fuck up.
I still say Pat's the best person here. Yeah, he's definitely still the best person here.
We do some stupid shit with just you and I. Poop Castle killed me for like a week.
Castle.
Oh.
Rena
So-
just thinks we're fucking insane.
I mean,
I'm having a good time.
yeah.
I
See?
enjoy the chaos.
Yeah, see? Wait, that didn't say that we weren't insane, though. Anyway, continue, Scott.
Yeah.
All I know is that before we continue on, Cryptic is being pretty sus right now. I vote Cryptic.
You called a meeting without a body, so I'm voting you.
Oh no!
Oh.
No!
You're the sus one. We're gonna vote. We're all gonna vote for you now.
No! So, anyways, let's keep going. The Rena, as they kind of like go and pass out or whatever it is, as they make their way upstairs, the place gets really quiet. Do you just go and spend the evening, or do you continue doing stuff this evening? The place is now quiet. Anybody who's around is either drunk or both drunk and working at the moment. So,
It's not really worth it, so she would just go and get rest for the night.
okay, cool. So you just go and make your way to your own room and pass out. I do have to take coin from you. I'm sorry, Rena. You also have to pay for the shit that you take. So for your drinks, because you drank all night long and can drink a bit, it's just gonna be 3 gold.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
No,
Cool.
you guys are drinking
then for the
beer, not
room.
wine. I mean,
And
wine
room
is
you-
you just walked into
you
the
minus
country
the
of
room
wine and
too?
said, "Can I have beer?"
Yeah.
Oh, shit, her room was already paid for.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, pre on screen, so it doesn't count.
How much did she make,
uh-huh.
though? Because don't people have to toss coins at Witchers? I don't know how this game works, but people
I'm
say
not
that.
rich. So I need the coin. Yes.
Did anybody toss coins at you?
Toss a coin
to
at me.
roll?
Not
Do you go to a
tonight.
bar, do you have to roll to see if people throw coins at you? Why is
Only
there a
when a-
song called "Throw a Coin at Your Witcher"?
Oh, because he's like a bodyguard, basically. Keeps some monsters out.
Oh well, who throws
That
the
is a
coin?
Witcher's job, is to keep people safe.
You'll find out soon enough. The evening passes. The morning
That
comes.
toss a coin only happens when a bard is present.
You were there.
I didn't say it though.
He doesn't know me yet. It's fine.
Know me.
Oh, that's-
There.
That's what they called me when I was a wee little gnome.
Hanging with my nomies. So you guys wake up in the morning. The order of waking up doesn't really matter so much. I imagine in the morning you get up, you grab your breakfast. Breakfast is going to be included the meal that you pay for the price you pay for the thing. It's going to be kind of more or less porridge or oatmeal, whatever you want to call it, that you have in the morning. So rather basic thing. All of you end up finding your way downstairs, and it's one of the fun things where the inn, as much as it was raining last night, and the fact that you're pretty sure every room was full for the evening, not everybody else comes downstairs as early as the 3 of you do. All of you stayed relatively sober compared to the others that spent the night at the inn, and all of you kind of had tasks that you wanted to get done this morning. So you find yourself downstairs before noon, because your name is not Wade Barnes, and you have your meal. This, of course, does set up a scenario where I imagine, Rena, do you keep your hood pulled over your head at all points in time, or do you allow it to rest, to relax? Now that the place is much more empty.
She would probably let it down. I mean, it's not really a huge issue.
Could you do me a favor and describe your character?
Yeah. So when she pulls her hood back, what you'll notice first is actually she's got this pretty dark reddish brown hair, more on the red side. So she's not quite a redhead, but it's just a really reddish brunette. Anyway, she's got pretty kind of striking navy and like silver eyes. It's got like these kind of flecks of silver in them. It's pretty cool.
Cat-like,
she
of course.
yeah, of course. You know, makeup done, whatever.
No, cat-like, because Witcher eyes are
It's a
cat-like.
Oh, sure,
trademark.
that too,
Oh,
yeah.
so if Krasa was a Witcher, got it.
It's trademark of
Krasa?
a. Don't do it. Go on, Rena. Go ahead.
Anyway, yeah, she's average height, so she's probably around like 5'7", whatever, 5'9", 5'8", in that range. She's average height. And she, I guess, has a cloak on for now, but typically she just has a like leather vest, kind of like a white shirt underneath, gloves, basic brown leather pants, basic boots, things like that. She does have two long swords and a hand crossbow, that's actually kind of affixed to her thigh, which is pretty cool. And then these two like straps them with various kind of pouches for things. But yeah, that's who you see.
Is this a common thing for people to be that well equipped like this, or would that stand out?
For a Witcher, that's pretty standard actually. They're
So
like
would
a
we know
one-man
she's a Witcher,
mercenary.
like right away? Do we need to roll to figure that out? Or like-
Just because somebody has
From
two
her
swords.
eyes, you would from her eyes specifically, you would know.
Yeah, if you saw the eyes, you would know what she is. But if you saw the two swords, it doesn't necessarily mean anything. Two swords doesn't always mean Witcher.
Most mercenaries would carry two swords.
the
but
Witchers always have the silver.
If you saw the blades, you would probably know because
'Cause-
the silver and an iron one would look very different.
Absolutely.
I
So-
assume that's what she's carrying. Is
Yes.
one steel.
Yeah,
okay.
one steel, one silver.
steel, one silver. Okay.
That
But
just,
they're pretty
again,
worse
both.
for wear too.
You
if
being a
notice
gnome,
anything.
you would be able to detect. You would be able to see
You
the
probably
difference.
noticed how
in-
bad.
Actually, what I'm going to have you guys doing is for Pat's character, he's going to roll a perception check, normal, and Wade's character is actually going to be rolling a smithing check with intelligence.
Are we still in the
yes,
tavern?
the
Yeah, you guys are
smithing.
having breakfast in the morning. Yes.
Do I roll that through Smith?
Would I have
tools?
advantage because?
No,
Am,
just
am I
normal.
looking? For, okay.
And do I roll Smith's tools?
Correct, with intelligence. Yes, sir.
Did you say advantage or just intelligence?
It's just intelligence. That's weird how that like. Oh, I see why I did that quick. So with that 17, whereas Pat's character, you honestly are very distracted by. I mean, you had a good amount of alcohol last night, and porridge is not exactly the best meal after
Didn't
having
sleep.
a night of alcohol.
I was gonna say, I didn't sleep because my schedule's all fucked up.
and
That was
y-
gonna be my honest thing is I'm
You're like
tired.
the end to
Yeah.
end of this campaign.
Oh, we didn't decide, and we get to vote before Bessie gets here, which is great because it's an uneven vote. In this game, because we're playing Dungeons and Dragons, when you roll a natural
Oh,
one,
no.
you automatically fail attack rolls and you automatically fail saving throws. Nothing with anything else. And
I
when
have
roll-
you here. I
when you
have
roll-
no attack rolls. Get fucked.
When you roll saving throws, sorry, when you roll natural 20s, you automatically succeed saving throws and you automatically succeed attack rolls and critical hit. That's canon. That's how the rules go. It's rules is written, so on and so forth. But do you guys want to add crit fumbles? And do you guys want to add crit successes for other rolls? Like, let's say, hey, Pat, roll me a stealth check. Oh, I rolled a natty 20. Oh, you crush it. Da, 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 da. Hey, Wade, roll me a history check. I roll a natty 1. Wade, you actually know this to be the information that is correct. And it's not. So do you want crit fumbles and crit successes? Yay or nay? You can either decide right now amongst yourselves, or we could put it to a poll for the viewers to decide on during our break, which we'll be doing in like 10 minutes time.
I don't
Fine,
care
either
either.
way.
Rena, that comes to you. It's your
No,
choice. No,
no.
it's
I
Netflix
voted
time.
yes,
You're
Pat
deciding.
voted no, canceled
Are you
out. It goes to you. You're the deciding vote.
Yep.
Messy's gonna be so pissed if I choose the wrong one.
Messy's opinion doesn't
no.
matter. He's not a real person, anyways.
Listen,
You should have been
okay,
here on time.
I'm okay. In our other campaign, we're playing with critical failures and critical successes.
Check chat.
I want to do it. Oh, yes. Okay, yes, we're gonna do it. Yes, I that's what I was gonna say too. I was like, I feel like Messy would probably want them. So yes.
All right, there you go. So,
If Messi wants them, I changed my vote to no.
okay, Rena, it's back to you.
I also changed to no.
Okay, now I'm going to
Even
poll it.
split.
We've got 2 yeses and 2
It
no's.
looks like chat says yes, so I think they win.
Okay, there you go.
Yeses are fine. I'm fine with that.
There's going to be some crazy shit, so I think we're going to take the yes on crit.
Moving on. So you guys happen to be sitting there. You don't notice her beyond, like, you notice that she's a auburn-haired woman sitting across the way, so on and so forth, right?
Would
You
I have
don't
recognized her as the cloaked figure from the previous night?
you wouldn't have because you didn't see enough of her face or
If
features
you're
or anything
natty
like that.
1, you do recognize her as being a dragon from the dead.
I was gonna say yes. I got a natty
dimension.
1.
She might not even be wearing her cloak right now. You know what I mean? So
Not
either way.
even sure.
Completely
She
naked in the
took her
bar.
head down.
Oh,
She said-
we
He's like,
found
wow,
the we
this
found the neighbor.
really is Milfgard.
Oh yes, the bare-chested woman. That's her. Where's Rupert?
What did you do with Rupert? Is he still in the alley?
Rupert.
God damn it. So moving on, but you, Derb, you happen to look across the way, and one of the things that you notice while you're eating your porridge is that the two swords that are strapped to her back, it's the way that they're designed, literally the design of the hilts, the design of the crossguard, so on and so forth. You can't see the blades to confirm it. You cannot confirm it without her like drawing them or saying it out loud or whatever it is. But you're almost positive one of those blades is steel and the other one is a witcher's blade. You're almost positive that's the design of a witcher's blade. Now, again, this is highly unusual because why would a female be walking around with a witcher's blade?
Yes, that's very weird to us Witcher experts.
That would be even stranger because Witchers wouldn't be. They're kind of far and few in return now, right? They're
Yeah.
kind of legend almost.
Witchers are very far and few between. There was the other option for this campaign is if we did the golden age of witches
Well,
where
that's what
everybody
I'm
was
saying.
one.
It's like of legend now, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
this is post Geralt, who was like one of the last, right?
I mean, depending on where you are,
On where
or who you
on
listen
where
to.
things go,
Yeah.
right?
Because like for instance, you don't know where the other schools are and how many are around there. You just know what's told to you in the game, but the game it tells you only from one person's perspective.
Right, but that's
So.
from his perspective. We're just common folk.
yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I
wait,
would,
this would be this would be shocking to your character.
I would nudge
I would
Dorian. I would nudge you and like kind of like look in her direction.
Again, I
He
would
appears to
kind of be like,
carrying
you-
a Witcher's weapons. This town's
gotta-
getting stranger by the minute.
I'm just gonna go off my natty 1 still. Just saying this would still be affecting me. I'd kind of be like rubbing my eyes. You would see I'm like extremely fatigued, and I'd just be like,
Perfect timing, Pat.
The-
In
More
honor of
airheads?
your role. I got a crit happens cup.
Oh,
That's
dude,
a good looking one too. It's printed well.
Thank you.
I would kind of be rubbing my eyes, kind of like still trying to like wake up. I'm like Wade on every night, getting like 2 or 3 hours of sleep. Just being like, what the auburn-haired woman? You said auburn, right? Like reddish brown.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. I'd
No, I
kind
said
of be
that
like,
lady.
I would be rubbing my eyes. What about it? Kind of like, still waking up.
She appears to be carrying the weapons of a witcher.
Could have been passed down family. She could have bought it, stole it. Why does it matter?
I've never gotten to work on a witcher's weapons before. That'd be a fun little
Why don't
challenge.
you just go ask her? As you can see, like I'm like got like almost a headache or something where I'm kind of just doing this.
For an idiot like Wade, who's never played any of the Witcher games, are people like fearful of witchers, or is they like casually go up and talk
Depends.
to them?
If you're the one they're hunting.
I am awfully far from home, but I hope she's not
the
here. to
last
hunt the
like
little
couple
gnome.
months.
Well, wouldn't Wade's character be like kind of be aware of witchers and like have some knowledge that like they
It depends on. I don't know much about the rock gnomes.
It depends
guess
on
I'd be-
his
I'm
in
sure
particular
they
character.
know of witchers, but
Yeah.
my character's never gotten to
Meet one.
personally like
right,
yeah.
but like heard stories.
He would know the
Back
legend.
to-
He would know the legends of them. Yeah.
I was gonna say most people know legends of the
Could-
witches. 'Cause they were very well known.
They were crafted by potions crafted by alchemists and mages to transform humans into becoming creatures that are more powerful and capable of fighting the beasts of the land to protect humanity from monsters. But they have a couple of codes. You don't know what all the codes are, but you know that they don't fight sapient beings. That's one of the things they don't do, which is one of the reasons why you, as a monster to some humans' perspective, is safe because you're sapient. That's pretty much what you would know beyond what else you want your character to know.
I was gonna say most witches are probably not looked at with the best of light either. Most people really don't like witchers.
Depends on where you are.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know how it is in this area.
I doubt my
remember
character would care as much about the reputation as he would like just being curious about the weapon. So I think he
That's
would,
fair.
out of curiosity, he would approach.
There you go. She's honestly not too far away. She's like, as the tables aren't like these massively long tables, they seat like 4 to 6 people. She's only 2 tables over, so you can either call over or literally hop down and walk over to where she is.
Pardon
She's
me,
probably-
I don't have the coin to make thee all that much richer, but you happen to be a female witcher?
And then as she looks at you, before she responds, you would see her eyes, described as she just did with the flecks of silver and so on and so forth in them. You would see the cat-like looking eyes, the fact that they have the slits in them, so on and so forth. Typically speaking, a witcher's eyes are that yellowish kind of reflective color. And while this color seems a bit different, she's different in other ways, like being a she. But you can't deny the fact that it has the slit eyes, that she has the cat-like eyes. Go ahead, Rena.
And you are?
Oh, I might find myself very far from home, but my name is Derb. I'm a crafty little gnome.
She'll set her kind of utensils down and sit back a bit. What can I do for you?
He'll kind of like not really know where to go. He's like just super excited that he's kind of talking to a witcher and he knows like the weapons of a witcher are right there, like to be examined. So he's kind of like, probably looks a little suspicious and weird, like kind of fidgety.
fanboy.
Yeah, almost. So like, take a seat. In all honesty, ma'am, I'd love to take a look at your gear if I can. You see, he'll like realize how weird that sounds. I find myself a lover of the craft, and well, I couldn't help but notice the 2 swords and their shafts.
On your back. You could just.
It worked. She wouldn't like respond differently. She'd probably just not react to how he said it, but just say, you want to have a look at my weapons?
He'll just kind of, he like goes to speak, but he's just like so excited, he kind of just like nods.
And she'll pull out like just the steel sword, not the silver one, and kind of set it on the table.
Do I need to roll a perception to look at the sword, Scott?
So she actually draws them, pulls them out, and does it.
Steel
It's
one.
actually,
Draws the steel.
yep.
The steel
The steel
one.
spin specifically, you can actually just do the same thing. The Smith's tools. If you're going to take a long time with it, I'll give you an advantage. But if you're just going to like do like a quick look over, less than a minute, it's just a regular
I don't think
roll.
you want to risk pissing off a witcher, so I think it would still be a pretty quick look over.
Then
As-
just an intelligence-based Smith's tools.
Can I do another recheck on perception? Maybe with disadvantage because I'm still waking up. Nice.
Ooh.
Can I do another one as I see that a sword has been drawn? Kind of like catching up, like a couple rounds behind. I'd be willing to do it with disadvantages. I'm still kind of like.
So I'm sorry. What are you
waking up.
catching up on?
I want to do another perception check because
Honestly, you could just kind of see what's happening over there. Your character's smart enough with his bardic knowledge, that your lore knowledge, that you would kind of put 2 and 2 together. But
I'd
like
be
you
able
said,
to like,
at a
oh,
leisurely
she
pace.
is a witcher kind of a thing.
Yeah,
I
but
mainly
going-
wanted to look for eyes. That was primarily what my perception wanted. I wanted to.
Oh, you
confirm.
would see it once you're actually looking for her because she's not far away. Like I said, it's just the thing is like he was facing towards her. You're gonna have to do one of these.
Okay.
So,
I like look over.
but let's talk about the fact that we just voted on crit successes happening on skill checks, and you got a crit success. So Wade, when you take this blade out and you look it over, you notice a couple of things. First and foremost, the design of this blade is not from around here, not from around here at all. As a matter of fact, you're familiar with this. This is a Zakaran blade. This is a blade from the nations to the east, crafted by the incredibly talented female craftsmen to arm the incredibly talented female warriors that you've heard stories about existing long over the mountains mountain and past the desert. Speaking of desert, the amount of like etchings that you see along the blade, I mean, it's metal, but metal still scratches. You can see the impact along the different blades, the scratches and whatnot, that would show of somebody who's had to drag it through sand, swing it into sand. You can see the nicks and whatnot of a blade that's had to cut through carapace and whatnot before. Not cat piss, but carapace, meaning the chitin or the armor of exoskeleton and the like. You would be able to tell that the whole thing it's not from around here. Everything about it suggests that this is from a place fairly far away. Beyond that, it's a relatively mundane blade. There's no etchings on it. There's no elder speech inscribed into the side of it. It carries really not much skill. In fact, as far as you understand what Witcher's to be, this is almost an insulting blade for her to carry. And to make it moreover, the condition it's in. I mean, honestly, if you got some time at a forge, you can repair it enough that it would be okay, retemper it, and, you know, do a little bit of like a patchwork more or less, but you would not be able to return it to its original state. This thing is on its way out. A band-aid would help, but it's on its way out. It needs to be replaced.
Derb just starts crying.
He would honestly, he would kind of like sink down a little bit because he had these high expectations of like the kind of weapons he expected a Witcher to have, and it's probably pretty noticeable. And he would kind of, as he's looking over, I expected the weapons of a Witcher to be quite fair. This one's average at best and in major disrepair. He'll kind of like hand it back over, almost like sad, like looking at you like sadly, like he's handing you like a dying child or something. Nothing I can do.
She'll take it and resheath it, and actually take the silver sword and set it before him.
Movies. All right, do I need to roll again for the silver sword?
Yes, but I'm actually, because you rolled so well with the first one, you kind of like on a roll. I'm going to give you advantage on this one.
On a roll.
So Zicania is the name of the nation that I mentioned, and Zakaran is the kind of blade.
Oh.
Jesus Christ. By looking at the sword, you've repaired both of them.
Both of them are gonna go. Thanks.
With your awesome mighty gnome vision.
Oh my god, Rena, check out the overlay. Look where he's sitting.
What? Where?
What's that mean?
Oh, he's sitting where I'm usually sitting? Is that
Yeah,
what
he's
you're
sitting where
saying?
you and Neil and whatnot sit. That's the seat that gets the good dice rolls.
Leave me here.
Oh, you're right.
That is always the seat
I didn't even think about that.
that seat always talks the most and always gets the best dice rolls.
Oh, you're so
most.
right.
Is that crazy?
Wow, that's a weird coincidence.
Isn't it weird that always happens? This is crazy.
I think this is rigged.
It's because you're sitting closest to the DM. That's right, Wade. You sit by me, my child.
I don't like it, but I'm still gonna purr. Purr. I can't purr.
Oh, another 25. What is this net Wade?
All right. So, anyways, what this does is, as you draw this blade out and you're looking it over, same as I was describing beforehand, it's definitely Zakarian design, but in its base design, this isn't made by just any Zakarian a craftsman over there. This is clearly somebody that knew how to work metals, knew how to work them so well, they stretched their silver thin. As far as you understood how Witcher blades are supposed to work and how much pure silver is supposed to be mixed into the alloy that you use to make the blade, this has so little silver in it. You can tell by the luster of it. You can tell by the way that the nicks on the blade happen to come into effect, the way that the sand had cut into it. You already knew of the sand before. You can see it here. Just looking this whole thing over, you can tell that this is technically a silver blade, sure, but it is such a low amount of what's we're talking about?
True silver.
Yeah, the true silver. That it's, if this worked for her on the battlefield, it's probably less the quality of the blade that she's using and more the tenacity of the person wielding it. It's not much better than the other one she has. Again, also in terrible shape, and since silver blades are generally kept not quite as sharp, they're kept a little bit more dull than the other blades because you don't want them to break so easily. If you were to use this against a person in combat, it would be borderline ineffective unless you stabbed him with it. You know what I mean? This thing is, it's to say it's on its way out is to say the least. You can't even band-aid this one.
You see Derb kind of like look over it excitedly, and then like as he's looking, kind of like almost look offended by like what he's seeing. And again, like he's not even thinking about the fact that he's like being a real asshole with you letting him look at his weird weapons. He's just shocked. I think he'll even break. He'd be so like downtrodden. He would even like, you know, he's been speaking in rhyme as he's met you, but he would just kind of hand it back and be like, disappointing. How little silver they used. Witcher deserves finer weapons than these. But, like he kind of realizes like he's not, and he like kind of bows and apologizes, hands you back the blade, and like gets ready to scurry off back to Dorian, feeling like he's offended by not presenting himself well.
She'd stop you and say, "You're a smith."
Yes, ma'am. Smithing is what I do, or at least what I hope to do. He kind of realizes he hasn't rhymed again, and kind of like frantically, like he looks to Dorian, kind of like panicking.
She'd like seeing him look over. She'd look over to Dorian and look back. Is that your friend?
Dorian and I have traveled together far. You see, I'm Smith and he's a bard. He'll kind of like sigh of relief. He'll kind of like look at you like, save me.
To me?
Yeah.
Oh, God. I didn't know if there was still, like, I was in earshot of all this.
Yeah, remember, it's
I'd
only
probably
two
just-
tables over.
I'd
It's like
probably
right
just
there.
look over and be like,
She just stares, and then she'll look back to Derb and you introduced yourself, right? You said your name.
for Derb, yes.
Yeah, he
Maybe
did.
I did.
You
I
did.
don't remember. I think you did.
I'm Derb the
You
gnome.
did.
I think, yeah, Derb the gnome.
Derb the gnome. Yeah, that's what he said. Well, Derb, these weapons could use a little
Placed. He'll like
fixing
cut you off and then he'll like cover his mouth.
replace.
You see, he'll kind of like try to like, it's almost like when you're talking to someone who like is teaching you how to like a motorcycle works or an engine works. You've never worked on an engine. He'll kind of like point out like, not enough silver here. If I tried to replace it, it would thin it out even more and the weapon wouldn't be very effective. And the other blade, well, I could try to sharpen it a little bit and maybe do this and this, but honestly, it's just going to end up breaking sooner rather than later. You want to start from scratch because the smithing, while it was good in its time, no more so for the silver blade, they didn't give you quite enough of the actual silver material itself. So the more and more I try to refine it, the less and less effective it's going to be, and it's already basically useless. And like he'll keep trying to like
Yeah,
knock
and
those things.
she'll like interrupt you kind of as you're like going on, and just say, I don't have much coin, but it does need to be done.
Well, if I could procure the materials, I'd be happy to present you with finer. If you like the thought of like a Witcher using his weapons, like if you had the
Dorian
materials,
would
I
walk
would
up
just
and kind of-
make them. Just
Dorian
to
would
have
walk
the honor
up
of a Witcher
behind
carrying my
Derb
blades.
and I'd walk up behind Derb and just kind of pat him on the back. He's the finest smith I know. He would be honored to finish your blade.
And I'm the only
Only
smith you know. And he'd be like,
I would say Master Witcher at the end, just assuming that you're a Master Witcher.
Witcher in training.
I would kind of give you like a weird look, almost not disappointed, but still of just like, didn't know they were training them still. A Witcher nonetheless. Derb, fetch your smithing tools. It's kind of like a joke.
you look over and they're like
Just-
already in his hand.
He's got both the tools. And
I
you are-
would even break you off, just be like, so as Derb fixes your stuff, as just as quickly as I like try to go, like kind of excited for conversation that's someone that not Derb, I guess, because we talk all the time. Are you here because of? And I would look around. The Rupert case.
What do you know about it?
Not much from what was told last night, and I would kind of look to Derb. We overheard something about.
Infidelity. He's just like still looking at, like he's trying to like look at the hilts of your swords like while they're on your back.
She doesn't move, not realizing that that's what you were trying to do. Focusing on Dorian.
We've heard of Rupert being interested in the neighbor and a topless woman. I will say the topless woman had my attention right off the bat, right, Derb? Kind of giving them like an elbow.
Yes. But blade should be finer than that.
Blade
Yes. Bare chested
Finer
woman.
than the breast of a woman.
and
Okay,
Rupert the
yeah,
man.
whatever.
It seems things were going according to Rupert's plan.
Does he always do that?
Do what?
Speak in riddles.
And I would look at you extremely confused. I've never noticed before. Do you do that, Derb? Kind of like just ask you for confirmation.
Herb only speaks plain as can be. I don't know what you think that you hear or you see.
His speech is plain to me. As I just look at you. I am Dorian, by the way, at your service. And kind of like, I wouldn't even take off my hat, but I would just do like a very over dramatic. Can I do like a performance role, Scott? I want to overdo it just because like I feel like you're like almost royalty for how like we're meeting a legend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, please go ahead. Oh my
Boom.
God! Jesus. Okay, describe how over the top this is. I want to hear this one.
Okay, so I actually would take off my hat, but you wouldn't. My hair would be so big and I don't know, just long. You wouldn't see my ears. I would take off my hat, kind of throw it down, kind of like a really formal bow. I'd go all the way down and make it just very presentable, and I'd come back up. I am Dorian. I wouldn't say anything besides I'm just a helpful bard, trying to entertain. I'd immediately come back up and put my hat back on, just as quickly as I took it off.
I would see how like over the top you were treating The Witcher, and it's
You
like
would see
one of the best
sparkles?
performances I've ever seen you do, and I would try to do the same.
You're gonna do a performance.
Actually, that's not bad.
I was hoping you'd won, dude.
I kind of did too, but that's not bad.
And together we are Derb and Dorian, and doing like little anime pose. Smithy and Bard, traveling troupe.
You could
Do a
trust us.
flip.
We would never dupe.
You should say do a flip.
That's what Jonah in chat said.
Oh my god. Okay. She like seeing that she wouldn't really react much. Her eyes would just kind of be like darting between the two of you, and she might.
Torbian.
Ship it. Ship it. Ship it.
DBZ Fusion.
That's our next emote. Emote's gonna be a ship it emote.
Except Dorian has to lean like way.
Come on, wait, do it with me. Just.
That's actually not a bad idea, because if you get emotes that go one way, you can always use the channel points to do the flip so they can go the other way.
I'm trying to jump up to me. You're too small. I have to go like this. Sorry. Go ahead.
You're good.
Oh, this is gonna be difficult. Okay.
I don't even
I'll
dig
say
it.
the ours
I'm
again.
just like this.
How serious is The Witcher world? Because it's gotten a whole lot cheerier.
No, it's okay. The world itself will be serious, even if you guys are goofy to
Bards
yourselves.
Yeah,
are all
that's
like
alright.
even in the Witcher world, bards are just fucking eccentric as hell.
It's great.
Yasker, or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Mm.
Dandelion.
Yeah, Yasker.
Fusion.
Javisker.
Oh, Derby.
Anyway, she might slightly smile, but it'd be so subtle you wouldn't even be able to notice. Like she'd just kind of look between the two of you, maybe smile kind
Oh
of
yeah,
a tiny bit, but you wouldn't even see it.
you're right.
Yeah. And then she'd look back to Dorian and say, and what did the barmaid tell you of the Rupert case?
I would just very quickly kind of just discreetly tell her. I don't know how many other patrons are in the bar, but I would kind of just
Very, 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 very few. It's mostly just workers.
I would still kind of just lean in and just tell her exactly what the
Pat,
barmaid
remember,
told
the
me.
place isn't small either, so they're spread out.
Right. I still, being a bard and knowing how word travels, I don't even know if I need to do like a a role for it, but I would lean in and just be as insightful as I could on just what Rena told me last night.
Heyo.
Confusing.
Yes, it is.
She's listening and then kind of distracted by your grand performance.
Me too.
Says, I believe I told Derb here, but I hadn't introduced myself to you. I am Atalia.
Okay, tell us.
Wade's been waiting for that.
I have about 6 minutes.
And I appreciate the offer to work on my weapons, and looking at Derb, who I don't know what he's doing, if he's still inspecting
Like
the...
taking the sword off your back.
He's
You already
just
gave it
taking
back.
it out.
You already gave it back.
Oh, okay.
It gave him back, but he's kind of looking at him like, you said work on the weapons. He's like, replace.
Well, Derb's not going to be able to help you here, and he would kind of give Derb like a nice solid slap on the back. Let's go find a place that Derb can work on your weapons.
He like jumps out of his seat and then realizes that's a little bit too high.
Jumps really high. She'll, I guess, gather up whatever she's gotten and just stand and wait for them to.
I know this area fairly well. I'm sure I can find a smithy.
How rare would the materials be, Scott? Silver and steel for these weapons.
The steel for making a weapon is not that rare at all. You can get your hands on it. As for the silver, it's
Silver's
both,
another whole different question.
it's very expensive, and honestly, a capital city like they have inside this nation, you probably could actually get your hands on it. It's just, again, very expensive.
I
So
don't know
you're
what it-
going
I
to
don't
need
know.
coin.
I don't know. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know. Like, how
We're
much-
like on a village way outside the
like
main city.
thousands of gold.
I wouldn't say hundreds of gold, and I wouldn't say way outside. I would say a good bit away. You know, less than a day's travel. If you guys got up in the morning and left to go to the capital, you'd get
I
there
was
before
going to
the
say
evening.
less than 30 miles.
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. Well, less than
I
30
mean,
miles, you
like
do it a day.
a day trip, you know what I mean?
'Cause-
By
'cause-
like carriage.
Because Rena's character, of course, has a horse. She comes from the land of horses. But the thing is, again, just like her own experience traveling across here, her weapons
Wait,
and whatnot.
does your horse have a name? I guess we'll find out.
This unfortunately, this horse is on its way out as well without some serious
God,
caring.
why
to.
is everything you're like tied to is dying?
Rena, what's your character's name?
Atalia,
Of?
Karath.
Do you know where Karath is, Pat?
No.
Karath is a desert wasteland on the other side of the mountains to the
I imagine
east.
she wouldn't have told me that. So
No,
like,
but
not
meta.
not my character. Yeah, meta.
Meta.
Okay.
It's like a place that you don't live and survive. It's terrible.
But people
out
would
there.
know of that in the land.
I know where
my
it's
God.
at because I recognized the weapons as being from there, didn't I?
Oh yeah, you
Ja-
would probably recognize.
Java, you cannot run a fucking update on my computer right now. Like a whole screen, everything went away. Java would like to do an update on your computer right now. What are you doing, Java?
That is a good question. Wade would know the origin of where the weapons were made, correct?
Yeah, I said it was Zercania is the name of the
Right,
Yeah, so
so
I
wait-
should kind of know a general idea where that is, right?
to the very east. So again, if you're looking at that map that you have on there, it's going
it's
to be
arrow.
to the east of that, and then to the east over the long past that desert there. Mm-hmm. So
But
way
I
over.
don't know that.
You would have to roll a history check, sir.
Well, no, because it hasn't even been told to me where.
Exactly, but when the time comes, back to you, Wade.
Well, before we venture off to get new swords for your sheaths, we're gonna have to sheath Rupert's sword, so to speak. Turp's kind of proud of that one, and no one reacted. So
I mean, it was a sex joke from Wade. I
Rena
think
told us
I'm
that it was
always
just.
proud of my sex jokes.
Rena told us it was about a 15-minute hike up the mountain, just
You said
north
before
of this inn.
17. That's pretty good for me.
I would probably just point in the direction of where Rupert's house was said to be.
Is there any kind of forge in this town?
Would I know that?
So Forge in this town, yeah, actually, again, the capital city, you would actually be able to find a smith shop that's there. And because of your marking there, you'd either be able to allowed to use it for free, or you have to make a persuasion check, or toss some coin with a lower persuasion check. You know what I mean? To be able to use that.
I was thinking if I can't do the silver one, I could at least maybe start working on the steel blade.
steel.
If steel's common.
Why don't we? I was gonna say, Derb, how long would it take to repair one of her swords?
Please.
Sure.
Oh, you know, Scott, help.
Honestly, to repair a blade, so it's not going to break
Repair
on
or
their next
replace.
combat. A repair would take a day's work. To create a new one, it's going to take a few days' time, like several days, like maybe a week's time.
I would look with that information just back to our Witcher. How comfortable are you feeling going to scout out this house while our good friend Derb here crafts you a new blade or repairs? I'm kind of like look
At
at
least
you.
touch up the one that she has, or she'll quickly find she has not.
She'll say, well, typically I don't do jobs for free, but seeing as how he's willing to replace my weapons, I'd be willing to look into it.
A job for free, and I would kind of look to both Derb and I. We have no tie here to this town. More just curiosity on what's happened.
For Dorian, it was quite a cinch when he heard about a topless wench.
She'll
I
look
cannot
at
lie. Kind of stick his head in just right through Derb's face.
They used the word wench in Witcher. Is that
Yeah,
Yeah.
often, very, very often.
great? I'm learning.
You also know that you say sodden, like rather than they swear, but they also use half swears too to reduce the number of swears. Like sawed
Sodden
off,
Replace.
rather than fuck off, sawed off, things like that.
Oh,
We know all the swears here.
Yeah, it's like when you're watching
it
Firefly.
happens.
Great
I dodged one too.
Like Firefly was like, "Go ram it," and what was the other one that you would say instead of?
Oh, Batterstar Galactica said frack, I think.
I never watched that show. I had a girlfriend.
Fracking.
So-
What? Oh wait, no, I didn't at the time.
Yeah,
Oh, that was after my ex.
I stuck with Joss
After my ex
Whedon.
left me, that I watched that show. Holy shit!
Oh no.
Huh, damn
Scott,
it!
what are
Cannon!
you doing?
I
Cannon.
fit the profile.
Yeah. So does your
I'm
bald head.
single. Better go watch Firefly and Batterstar Galactica.
Firefly was at least Joss Whedon. That's where all the ladies were.
I've
You know
never
what I'm
seen
saying?
Firefly.
Firefly's amazing, but I'm just teasing chat. Get off my back. It's not as hairy as Wade's, so you can't cling on anyways.
Actually, the hair like stops like right there, just like.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, it's like right here. It cuts off.
Yeah.
It's on my brother's back.
It's kind of like wearing a reverse shirt. It's like just
we-
the sleeves.
So I guess it comes
So I'm
down
heading to Rupert's house.
if you wanted to leave your blade, if you're comfortable leaving, I would attend with you.
Well, I have the silver one, so that's
true.
fine.
I have a
Okay.
lute.
She'll be like,
If you
okay.
say you have the silver one, like Derb will make a clear gesture of like, ooh, like clearly not comfortable letting you go
You
into
would-
combat with that.
I forget. Does your character know about witchers though?
I think so.
You knew the
Well, 'cause-
baseline we said you knew, right?
I've
So
never
that's
worked
right.
on their weapons, but like I know like
They're-
of them
Yeah.
Okay.
because
they
like
have,
I'm sure
they
there are
have like
tales
crazy
of like.
weird powers too that like they can just create fire.
I probably
and
know
stuff.
very little of that aspect. There's probably more stories of like smithies
Their
talking about
weapons
working
and
on
stuff like
Witcher's
that.
weapons over the years, or like, the craftsmanship.
I probably would have known stories that are way overtold, not overtold, but like exaggerated a lot.
Yeah.
Witches breathing fire and stuff, calling down the
crazy.
lightning in the heavens on their foes, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I guess I would
Alright.
take the steel sword. I'm gonna go to the smithy or guild or whatever I have around here.
Yeah, so where you're going to have to go is, so to be clear, the place that you wanted to investigate, that you wanted to look into about this person's neighbor or whatever it was last night, that's to the north. Where it is that you're going to be going to the actual, the city is going to be to the south. So
Oh, I
the
thought there was
exact
I thought there was a
observation.
forge in
That's
the
what we asked.
town.
Was there a place that he could work on
this
it here in the
town.
town?
Oh, you're not even in a town right now. You're actually at an inn
Oh.
that's kind of right by like a crossing. of a bridge and
I
whatnot.
thought we were like in like a tiny
Oh
village.
yeah, I thought there was like a
Let me
little town with
actually-
like houses and stuff.
Let me actually get something pulled up really quickly. Actually,
Yeah,
you
I'm
know
sorry.
what?
If we have to travel, I'm not gonna go off by myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, which of course makes sense. But you guys actually want to take a break really quickly? I don't know if you wanted to do that. I know-
You want your ice
I-
cream? It's fine.
I know I do actually. I know you're super invested into the story, and I appreciate that. But you know, maybe people want to pee, like the person that drank a beer really quickly, or want to pee, and that wouldn't necessarily be such a bad idea.
Just say, hey, I'm the DM and I need to go take a poo poo and I need some ice cream. Bye.
Before we go, as you're talking about where you can go next, I want you, Patrick, to roll me a history check, and because you just get a regular history check.
I'm in an area I recognize though.
Yeah, but you also left and came back, so you know. Roll me a history
I
check.
left and came
roll me
back.
a history check, sir.
Mm.
13's not bad. You actually know, because this is pretty common knowledge because it was very public information, not terribly far from here. So whereas the capital city would certainly be about a day's ride to the south of here, a little bit to the west, also southwest of here, but significantly closer, maybe a third of a day's ride at most. Honestly, not going to take you too far out of the way from where it was I was saying to go to the these people's
Rupert's
homes,
house.
right? Yeah, Rupert's house. There's a place called Corvo Bianco Vineyard. Corvo Bianco Vineyard is a vineyard that would not, I mean, you usually wouldn't stand out in anybody's mind as being anything of significance. It's a fucking vineyard. Aside from the fact that you know very well that the incident that transpired only so long ago, wherein there was a siege of vampires against the capital city, that there was a witcher that was involved in alleviating the stress and the strain, the combat that
Decimating
happened
all
there.
of them.
Yeah, and he resolved the problem, and as a reward for his task,
Specifically,
he, Geralt, was awarded Corvo Bianco Vineyard as a gift. So if you're looking for supplies to be used in a Witcher blade, it is possible, it is
But there might be
potential
something there.
that there
Cocoa
might be
Vineyard.
supplies there. Corvo Bianco Vineyard very likely would have stuff there.
You said the place that where Rupert lives like 20 minutes away. How far is this one?
She said it was a 15-20 minute hike north.
Correct. And this place is a third day's travel, so maybe like 3 hours in that direction.
Oh, it's not bad.
The vineyards is a huge estate.
It's massive.
If it's the same one from the games and stuff like that.
It's massive. I mean, and if he's not there would only be some employees that would...
It's
that would
kind of
be-
like Diluc's place.
Oh.
So with that information, to digest it and pee it out, why don't we take a break? I'm sure everybody wants to visit the alley anyways, so we'll all be right back. Bye,
Make sure you look
everybody.
through the peephole.
Ooh, the peephole. Be right back. Hey guys, we're about to go live again in 2 seconds. One of the things I did want to do for a quick moment is I just wanted to give a huge thank you, a huge show appreciation for all the incredible support that everybody does. That's why I put things like the credits roll, which I'll be doing during breaks, and I'll be doing when we and I'll probably add like a mid break or something like that logo on there so it doesn't confuse people in the future when you pop in and see the credit rolls happening. But I did want to pop on real quickly and say thank you to everybody for all the support you do, hanging out, watching the show, laughing with us. Definitely laughing with us because, I mean, everybody here is fucking hilarious, especially myself. I mean, we obviously know I'm the best one here, no question. But I just wanted to say thank you for that. Listen, one of the big things that you can do if you choose to do so, if you want to do so, if you're capable of doing so, but by no means do we expect, laughing with us is all we hope that you do, is there are a few different tiers that you can do over on Patreon to impact the game, providing for the party various items that they can have with them, using 5e's rules, of course. You can have NPCs created that they can interact with, so on and so forth. And there's even at the highest tier that we have over on Patreon, you can actually invent a quest, literally a quest tagline, idea, concept, so on and so forth, that I will bring into the game and put before the PCs. Now, I can't force them on the quest, I can't do this or the other thing, but I will definitely make that hook as enticing as possible to grab them and pull them in. So if you're interested in doing any of those things, go over there, hit it up. But whether or not you're doing any of those, what is absolutely free to do, beyond the laughter, is to join onto the Discord. Please, please, please join the Discord. That's where all the post-game chatter happens. That's where we can laugh even more and talk about the stuff that's going on. Really start building ourselves up as a even more interactive community, because I love talking to you people. I think it's a lot of fun. Either way, hop on. We'll chat about it later on, and we'll see how things grow. Let me get back to it, because I'm sure you want to see whether or not Derb can maintain this rhyming scheme. Hi everybody, welcome back to the show. I know that you want us to go, but to that I'm gonna say no. We're gonna keep playing this game.
I have chips.
I have regrets.
I have a few.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go down the. Then again, too few to mention.
All right, let's keep going. So your characters are pulling back together the information that you had. You knew that traveling to this person's home was about 15-20 minute hike to the north of here, to the group of houses where this whatever took place. You also do know that going to this place called the Corvo Bianco Vineyard is maybe 3 hours to the southeast of here by foot. Yep, sorry, southwest of here by foot.
Yet.
And then it's going to take you pretty much the whole day to travel all the way south to the
To the city.
to the city. Yeah.
Now, have we left yet? Are we still kind of like inside?
Oh,
the
you're
tavern?
still inside the tavern, looking
that's
to make
what I
that
was gonna
decision. Yep.
Um,
And earlier I did say Beauregard because I'm absolutely horrible. I've been calling it Beauregard for like a week now. It's Beauclair. The name of the capital is Beauclair. I just keep saying Beauregard because, you know, I'm an idiot.
How do you mix up Beauregard and Montclair?
Beauclair.
What I said.
Beauclair.
Beauclair, yeah, exactly. Keep going.
Francais.
Francais? French is just lazy Italian.
Oof.
Go ahead. Yeah. That's a French word, right?
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say. He's not wrong.
So I guess
I don't know. I'm not French.
I guess
Can't confirm.
rewinding a bit because I think we all had the intention that there was a blacksmith here. I'm gonna rewind just our RP for a moment.
Yeah.
I would just say, Derb, we can easily head back to town, but there might be a notice or something that someone's willing to pay to investigate what's going on here. And I'd kind of look. Dorian would look to Adelaide. Is that the name? Did I get it right?
Italia.
Italia. I would look to you and be like, we could share the bounty. If there is one, of course. If anything, we can talk to my new friend over here, Rena. Would she still be here? Would there be a new shift?
She's a newbie.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
she worked a double time. She's
Barista by night.
she's the new employee, so she's the one that has to work all the crappy shifts. So she's the one that's there in the morning as well.
Okay. So yeah, I would say I can go ask her if anybody would be willing to pay. It seems like a strange job, I know. But maybe there's been other hearings or other strange things. It sounds like just a weird Rupert doing things with the neighbor.
Trust me, this is pretty standard.
Standard. Kind of questioning.
I've seen weird jobs before.
I would look to Derb. Yes, me too.
Not to sound like a creepy jerk, I'd be happy to accompany to watch a Witcher work.
I'd take a big spoonful of my porridge. As would I.
She'll just say, well, coin is coin. And it's worth taking a look. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll check for like the notice board that he brought up. Is there anything like that in here?
Do you ask what's her name really quickly to see if she knows any information that you were
Yeah,
suggesting? Pat?
I'll go talk to Rena.
Oh, you're gonna talk to Rena? Okay, so
Yeah,
you go
sure,
walking up to
why
her,
not?
and she goes,
Hi, Rena. Hello, Rena.
The Spider-Man meme.
like, wow. She goes, wow, hello there, dearie.
You're
You got
so
some
pretty.
Unique eyes.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
I'm looking for work. Is there a notice board anywhere?
I'm kind of new here myself, but I think there's one right on the other side of the bridge.
Is that?
Are you looking for them aliens?
Now wait just a smidge. We have to be a troll under that bridge.
How did we
I know this area fairly well. There
Oh
is
my
no troll.
Oh,
I'm looking for the. I'm sorry. The what?
The bridge. I know where that is. I could take you.
Oh,
I would kind of just. I would kind of put my coat on, or my cloak, and I would just kind of wave to Rena. Thank you, Rena, and I would just walk away. I would walk out.
She'd nod at Rena and just kind of back away, looking at her strangely.
Well,
I don't know.
are you looking for the aliens? Sorry, guys. It's a. Don't worry about it. So, so you you go outside. Honestly, you guys, like I said, last night was raining pretty friggin' heavily. So where you were traveling southwest from the northeast, coming to this place from where you guys had traveled from before, the actual bridge itself is just outside the door. You head outside the door to the inn. You're gonna take a left. And there it is. This is
I'll
the
show you where
bridge.
the bridge
We could probably see it
Opens the
from
door.
where we could probably see it from where we're standing right when we leave the inn.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's literally the inn is just on the other side of the bridge from the river that you're kind of walking up towards. So it doesn't take long for you to walk across the bridge itself. Now, if you walk out the door and go to the right, that's where the stable would be that Rena currently has her horse in the state that it's in. It's been ridden pretty hard and pretty far and has seen better days. But it's still capable of carrying somebody like her on it, or no, maybe all three of you. You're all light people. So anyways,
Replaced.
so you You walk out, you head left, and you cross the bridge, seeing the river rushing its way underneath it. I mean, honestly, this place in the morning, it's beautiful. I mean, this isn't like early morning where it's anywhere near dawn, but just watching like the way the sun kisses the hills and whatnot around you, this place has a certain like serenity to it that genuinely makes you yell at Wade for never watching Firefly, feel at peace as you cross that bridge. As you guys make your way across the bridge, you do actually see that there is a notice board that's sitting there. Something that would be put up for if you're trying to send word to the guard or see if you can hire people to help you with various things. Honestly, since time has kind of rolled on, notice boards don't really have a lot of purpose for the sake of maybe hiring a witcher or the like. It's more for looking to hire, say, farm hands to help you out with a harvest or plowing fields or so on and so forth. Yeah, hey.
Lots of fields get plowed in Nilfgaard.
So,
I'll plow those fields.
I know you would, buddy.
I've got a hoe.
he's like, Gilfgard, I'm all in. So, you go up to the sign and go to read it. And as I had just stated, looking over it, it's mostly notices looking for help with hands, so on and so forth. But kind of spending a couple of minutes leafing through it. You can roll me an investigation check. All of you are there. You can roll it with advantage, whoever has the highest modifier for it.
My
Investigation?
investigation's a 3.
Mine's a 3. So either me or you.
Oh, I defer to you,
I
Witcher.
would say Rena would do it. It would make the most sense.
Yeah.
Okay. He could assist.
Yeah, you get advantage. You get advantage.
Okay. Cool.
Hell yeah.
I can inspire you.
You actually
I
can.
hope you'll find something.
Oh, never mind.
I should've.
Yeah. Garbage
Is that
investigation.
with inspiration? What does that mean? I don't remember how inspiration works.
Oh, so if you wanted to inspire her, he just says something
I give
nice.
you 1d6
And you get a 1d6 to modify that. So why don't you roll your 1d6?
for ability checks, attack rolls, saving throws.
Mm-hmm.
I can only use 3 a day. Good job.
Actually, Rena, don't do that. Actually, if you go,
Oh, you said don't do that. Okay.
if you go into the game, didn't I make a macro for this?
There's a pushy button for you.
Yeah, go into the macro area.
Inspiration.
Yeah, click it. So put that onto your drop bar. And,
Watch, there's another one.
Ooh.
Ooh, 9.
So it was. It's not like it's a very difficult thing for you to have to look for. It's not like it's a super high DC. Funny enough, it was actually a DC 8 to find. So leaving through these papers and just kind of like finding the unimportant ones. I mean, some of them, imagine you kind of like rip off the board because they're clearly old, and I don't know if you like rip them off and throw them on the ground or just kind of like stab something into them off to the side so they're just out of your
I'd
way.
imagine some of them are wet too.
Very wet, sopping. This is why you have to roll a check as opposed to just being like, oh, I found the paper. You actually actively have to try. Rena?
However, they were pinned up or whatever, she'd try to put them back. She's not trying to litter in this case.
Oh, how conscientious of you. We have an
cares about the
eco-friendly
environment.
witcher. She leaves dead bodies lying around everywhere, but goes, they're biodegradable. Don't mind their belt buckles and boots.
Yeah.
So,
Someone will be by to steal them anyway.
Every little bit helps, Scott. Okay.
okay, my apologies. I don't want to, yeah, that's right. Pick up your cigarette butts. So, pick up
That's
your
why
neighbor's
we use
cigarette butts.
plastic instead of styrofoam.
Yes. So, yeah, Irina, you kind of put them back. You maniacally put them back exactly where they... No, I'm just kidding. So,
no,
you
it's not. She
looking
doesn't
through
really
there,
care where they go.
you actually find an old notice from several months ago. It was a notice that was actually put up as a warning to, as I spoke about beforehand, the incident that happened before. Apparently, looking over the notice, it gives a warning that there might still be some of these vampires, these creatures, out inside the landscape, not having fully retreated after their defeat at Beauclair. Beauclair? Not fully retreated. And so they actually have a reward that's posted there. Any viable information that leads to the discovery of one of these creatures brought to the Knights of Toussaint, or they just call the Knights of Toussaint, yeah, would actually merit you a coin reward, a gold reward. But if
You
someone
just
were
need to go cut its head off, dude. It's easy.
as someone were able to actually defeat one and return him for the reward was much greater. The information alone was only worth 20 gold. nothing particularly noteworthy. But to actually defeat the creature would be dependent on the creature that was discovered. Some creatures, lesser ones, like the lesser vampires like Feldings and whatnot, would only merit you something like 50 gold per. But the defeat of more powerful ones, Alps or what are they called? Brexas? Brigas? The name is escaping me. What are you called? Bruxas. Would merit you. No, would merit you hundreds of gold, if not over 1,000.
Are Leshens tough to beat?
Wait, do you remember that Monster Hunter fight?
That's Monster. Everything's tough to beat. I figure in The Witcher, Leshens probably just like, you know.
In The Witcher, it's a boss.
Oh.
I found one at level 3. It was level 60.
That's what level we are. Let's go find a Leshen.
I think one shot me.
We'll teach it a lesson.
Oh boy, it's gonna be a long night.
So what do you guys do?
Can I roll an investigation just for RP sense?
Yeah. Yeah, sure. If it's RP related, you do whatever you want.
Oh, okay. Well, I rolled for RP anyway.
Okay.
I would like to find, if it's okay with you, just with the roll, something about the maybe gardening or something of the winery estate that I know about.
Oh,
That they're looking for like a guardian hand or something like that. I want to be able to bring it into the conversation without it being awkward. Like, hey, I remember this thing.
yeah. It's actually, there is one, but it's old. It's like you find it actually
Couple
after
months
she
or something
removes
like
the notice from the these creatures, you actually find it sitting underneath there, like, ooh, this is useful. But again, it's clearly seasoned. So
I would probably just rip it off and just start reading that while she's reading hers about the, whatever. So I would be like, huh, have you guys heard about this? What's it called? The Corvo estate?
Corvo Bianco.
Yeah, I would ask them. I don't know if either of you guys would actually know that.
Oh.
I probably would have heard something about it. Is that true?
What something about what? The
The estate.
no, not at all.
On Blue Estate.
Oh, nothing.
She was not living anywhere
Wouldn't
near
know.
here at that point.
Okay, wasn't sure.
Yeah.
No, I.
This place,
nothing about it.
I've heard legends, songs even, about this place. Geralt the Witcher, famous Witcher, fought off many vampires here. Big vampire infestation. From my knowledge of this place, it's only a couple hours away. Could head up there after we deal with whatever's going on here at this town, this little village. Might find stuff to repair your blade. If it belonged to Geralt, may even have a blacksmith station there.
Herb, like, who was kind of.
I would lean into Derb.
Like,
There would be most likely a lot of Witcher things. I would lean specifically into Derb to kind of just tempt him, as I have done many times on our travels.
of course. You had me at Forge. It's near rhyme.
Well, it'd be worth checking out.
Again, it would be a couple of hour ride. I think Scott said it's about a 3-hour trek. Scott, can you hear me? It's about a 3-hour trek.
Yep. If you walk, if you have horses, it could be much quicker. Because
We only have one horse. I'm sure we can
My
rent.
horse.
But
she has one horse. She might be able to borrow, steal, or buy.
okay. So I would just leave that information with you guys. I would be down to trek there. We may find more information there if maybe Geralt didn't kill all of them. Could have left them into this land. It is quite close.
And that's the opposite direction of what like information we heard about this like creature.
I thought he
that's
was.
nearby.
Was it
Or is
west?
that the same
Scott?
area?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Where's the Corvo State?
It's southwest. It's the
Southwest.
on the way to the capital, but opposite the direction of that other. But I mean, realistically, you could easily go to the Corvo Estate, do some stuff, come back to the inn, and maybe even still hit up that house.
It's
at
it's only a
nighttime.
15-minute walk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because it's right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So she would say, it may be worth it to have better weapons, in case this thing is what I think.
Again,
it
if
might be.
legends are true, he fought many a vampire here. Was not an easy battle for Geralt. I do not know if anything is still up there. It is only legend.
Be worth checking out. Perhaps we give old Geralt a shot.
I believe Geralt died many years ago.
Oh.
Hmm.
Well, maybe we can use this stuff.
It was actually not that long ago that all this took place. Maybe a year. This
Really?
yeah.
Oh, it's recent.
Because let's see.
I didn't know how far into
No,
the future we
you're
were.
fine. Just to make sure that we're all on the same page. I believe the canonical ending of the story, whichever one you choose at the epilogue, takes place in 76. Give me 2 seconds. It takes place, I want to say 1276 or 1277. So this is like 1277, 1278. I just got to get the exact date for you. What happened here was in 1275. So it was only 2 years ago. You know what I mean?
The incident, not his death.
Correct.
So it still would have been about 2 years.
His death, depending on how you beat the game, is only one of the optional endings.
I would have said his death was months to years ago. I'm just going to be
you
saying
sure
because
he's
I
dead?
personally don't know, and I'm just
Yeah.
saying off of legend. Yeah, for sure he's dead, and that would have been down by legend. Like that would have been passed down, by
He
song.
just
and
died
stuff
like a week
that.
ago. Passed down.
Been 1 week since Geralt died.
3 weeks since he got a horse named Roach. 5
That-
days since he pulled a sword. I don't know anything that happened with him, so it's hard for me to make.
I'm surprised you know his horse's
Bastion.
name is Roach. Like that's surprising.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's
Is it
weird
true
that
he
you know
had
that.
a bunch of horses and they were all named Roach. Or was it just one horse named Roach?
I don't know
Just
that
that
much
one.
canon.
I thought it was just one horse that he named.
I thought every time his horse died, he got a new one and named it Roach as well, or something.
There was also
Maybe.
a captain named Roach. That was a
Well, that's
pretty
how
cool
he kept it.
character.
I don't know.
from the-
Molly or someone told me. I thought that like his horse died a bunch, but he always named it Roach again because he didn't want to like be too connected or something. I don't know. I thought I heard that. Anyway, let's go to this guy who may or may not be dead's castle.
Oh,
Yeah.
chat is saying you're right. He had a bunch of horses. Cool.
Gotcha.
Nice.
They all named Roach. Yeah.
Okay, so would I know that Geralt is dead then?
You have no idea.
I don't know.
As a fact,
Okay,
you know the
all right.
name Geralt because he was a legend of legends.
Right.
But you don't know as much about him as, say, people that live on this side of the mountain and desert would know.
I would know just because of song and stories told in taverns.
Hmm.
And I would be able to recuperate that again, or I'd just be able to tell you guys that of what I've heard, whether it's true or not.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the bad thing about hanging out with a bard is we hear a lot of stories.
Yep.
Don't know if any of them are true.
Maybe we can go on a side quest and Gerald can join our party.
Yeah, played by Tyler.
Oh no.
Don't give him a powerful NPC. Didn't he leave us? We'd be fighting a boss. He'd be like, "I have other matters to attend.
Yeah.
If my time with you has come to an end." It's like, "Oh, by the way, you're level 3 fighting a Leshen." Meanwhile, Tyler's like crawling on the castle wall.
Yep.
All right.
Continue.
Well, okay. I still think that a stronger weapon would be useful before we go investigate this Rupert.
Derb is like on cloud 9 right now with the option of trying to craft a sword for a Witcher. So he's like grabbing Dorian, like trying to pull him in the direction of like the estate. Probably running the wrong way.
I would be following the Master Witcher.
Okay.
All right. Well,
You're the one with the
Uh,
swords. I don't have any weapons.
I have a horse right here. Outside the inn.
That can probably support
Okay.
you and only you, not three of us.
Right.
Correct.
Maybe
Yep.
me.
I don't
Weigh
want to leave the
44
horse
pounds.
behind though.
Correct, but again, if you guys wanted to, you could rent horses if you're trying to expedite. But honestly, it's 3 hours of travel. It's not the end of the world. Rena, you could certainly sit on your horse while they walk, because reserving your own strength is not a bad idea.
That's what she would do. Honestly, sorry.
Okay, I'll see you guys there. Goodbye.
No, she's not riding ahead. She'd just sit on the horse while you two walk.
Derb
Yeah.
doesn't care. He gets to work on a Witcher's weapons. He's fine walking.
Hmm?
Oh, great. He's gonna walk twice as far.
Okay. Then I'll
You and
just
I are
collect
used to
my
it, I guess.
horse.
We've walked here before.
So you guys just you literally follow the road. You know, you finish crossing the bridge, you follow the road, so on and so forth, and you start heading towards the...
Would I need to continuously do history checks on like where we're going?
No, honestly, because Corvo Bianco Vineyard is such a well-known place.
A well-known estate.
Yeah, it's so,
There's
not only is
signs,
it I was
billboards.
going to say, there's literally signs that say...
Showgirls with banners.
Okay, maybe not that intense. Okay, Patrick?
Really? We're in Melfgard.
Yeah, but not that intense. Not that intense.
I have a point.
So, I do apologize. There actually is a blacksmith inside the tourney grounds. So actually, there's a place where you could go, but we'll worry about that afterwards. So,
Is it on the way?
It's about the same distance, anyways.
There's nothing we're passing.
You don't
that
have to
would
go
be
into the
like-
password.
Okay.
So, anyways, you guys make your way over to the Corvo Bianco Vineyards, making your way along the roads, passing by them, so on and so forth. When you guys finally start riding up towards it, you can see that, again, this place is massive and it's well maintained. The time of year right now, just because it is an important factor, it's early spring, which is one of the reasons why it was raining so heavily last night. I forgot to make you make fortitude saves. God damn it. My mistake.
Oh no.
Constitution saves, I mean. Damn it. So anyways, it's so rained so heavily because of the fact that it's springtime. But when you're coming up in the fields, you can actually see like the starting to grow, all the leaves, the vineyards and everything as they're getting there, watering, blah, blah, blah. But the buildings there that happen to exist are massive and beautiful. This place is extremely ornate, but it's also not exactly abandoned. There are workers that are about and, you know, doing their field jobs and so on and so forth. So when three people, one of them sitting atop of a horse, starts riding up towards it, all of you dressed the way you are, and for your case, Rena, armed the way you are, it certainly draws some attention from the workers, who certainly don't have cell phones to listen to podcasts while they're getting the job done. This is entertainment for them. They look up at you as you're riding in. You characters continue their approach at a steady pace, or how do you do it? I don't know if you're going for the front door or sneaking in the back door like Wade usually does.
She doesn't
At a
change.
grueling pace.
Same pace, no changes.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Riding right up to the front door?
Yeah,
Okay.
why not?
Okay, so you go riding with the horses right up to the exact front door of the place. Mm-hmm. And I was talking about like knocking on the front door. What's the plan here?
What is this, like a big gate or is it just a door?
It's a
It is.
huge two-door. At least that's how I remember it. Two-door.
Yeah, it's
huge
massive.
Fucking two doors that open up into the actual house.
Yep. So it's just a massive.
Think of
it's
it
not
like
gate,
a.
It's just a
Think of
massive
it like a
double
very
door.
southern like mansion,
Oh, okay. Then
almost
yeah,
like
I
a
guess-
plantain's like mansion, like huge fucking mansion.
They have sweet tea.
No. Wine
I think
probably.
They have wine, yeah.
That's not as exciting.
So are you gonna go walk up and knock on this door?
She'll actually stop, like, on her horse and look look to Dorian. She just looks over to him.
Are you expecting me to give you an entrance?
A knock would suffice.
I will do better than that. He goes up and like prepares to kick the door open.
Kick the door open.
Oh yeah, can I roll a performance check?
Oh no.
I mean,
I'll follow these doors.
first to kick the door open, you need a strength check. Jesus, it's not a low DC.
Okay, let's do it. Can that be determined off my performance?
No. If you successfully kick the door open, I'll give you a advantage on your performance, sir.
Woo!
Okay. I have a -1 to strength. Let's do this.
Natty 20.
Okay, you only need a 6.
Do I just press my strength button?
Yes, sir. Strength, score, not save. Yes.
It's skill.
Yeah.
Wait.
Not save.
So
Like on the
Okay,
left
that's
side.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Wait, -1 plus 1?
Wow.
Come on, just give it to me, Scott.
How
Give
do you
it to
have
me.
a -1 plus 1 modifier?
Because I'm jack of all trades. I'm good
Wow.
at everything. Come on, Scott. I'm a god.
Wow.
I am a god. I lifted a
The
plane.
door's,
Do you know
the
that?
door's not locked. Okay. You're going to make me say no. The door's not locked. So because it's not latched or barred or anything like that, it's literally just hinged shut. You walk up to these massive double doors and you're like, you're still going to give your entrance? She just looks at you like,
I
okay.
pull out my lyre.
And you just take like a step back and you just step up once and she's looking at you like, is he really? And then you just, boom! And you kick open the door. I mean, you probably crack the friggin' hinge shut. Oh my God! Oh my God! What kind of entrance do you give to this, Patrick? The Bard of
God!
Oh my God! Jesus!
Make way for the newest witcher in town.
Oh, I know.
This is Wade's face when I lifted that plane.
This is just as shocking.
Yeah, but I actually followed rules.
Did I beat the DC?
Yes! It wasn't locked! Oh my God. I had a DC 17. Like, oh, he'll never hit that. What's the likelihood? It's not locked. 17.
18.
Jesus. Okay, so you, sir, you make way for the newest Witcher in town. Do you say anything following that up? Like, you don't have to say the whole thing, but give us a gist.
No, RP wise, I would just say, this is. I'm gonna get your name wrong every time. Is it Atalia? Atalia? I would say.
Atalia?
Presenting Atalia, the newest Witcher. Make way for this is. I don't want to say the newest home because it was technically Geralt's.
This
and it's
is
not
her estate now.
No.
No.
I would just say make way. Please find us the owner of this fine estate. We wish to have words. Not in a threatening way, obviously. I'm playing my musical and I'm playing the lyre and I'm making it into a song, kind of like that.
You see that there's actually a couple people come like running around, like rushing around the corner to see what's going on. There's actually also
Fucking kicked in door.
an estate guard that's there as well that comes over. He kind of makes his way because he heard the door get kicked in. And you see he kind of ran over, but then he sees three people standing there. One of them's just playing music on a guitar, on a lute. Sorry, guitar. On a lyre. Lyre? You're going lyre, not a lute for this one.
I'm going with like a little harp.
Wow. Okay, that changed my head. And you kick the door in, so on and so forth. And,
Imagine Venti kicking in the doorway.
you're running in with a sword in your hands. So the guard runs in with a sword in his hands and then just kind of stops a bit perplexed. A couple minutes later, you actually see somebody else come rushing in. It's a older gentleman.
Are they entertained?
Perplexed.
Entertained?
Perplexed. An older gentleman comes in. He's a older guy, clearly human, bald. Wait, bald. Actually, has sunglasses on his eyes because of how often he has to spend time in the fields, so on and so forth. And before we continue, you actually can roll a history check there, Patrick.
Okay,
Normal.
I do want to say before like everyone once comes in, I'm gonna just as my last line, I'm just gonna say toss a coin to our Witcher. And that's going to be my last line that I'm going to do.
Oh, no.
Non-advantage, right? Just normal?
Correct.
Oh, of course.
Oh, it was too bad. You could have changed your performance to be directly for this person rather than just being absolutely amazing.
Okay.
So anyways, the person comes in, and just based off the way that they're looking, the way that they're dressed, you understand your country well enough to know that this is the... No. The Major Domo. The person whose responsibility is to look over the estate, make sure everything's done correctly and wine is produced correctly out of it, right? So he's the Major Domo, you can say that's here. And you continue your performance, and when the performance finally ends, and he's spent his time watching your performance and looking at Rena and putting up his hand to stop the guard from actually attacking you and beating the crap out of you or killing you and imprisoning you or whatever it might be. First he kills you, then imprisons you.
With that performance, it was fantastic.
No, so he waits till it's done, and he actually stops and looks and says, "Is it true?"
Toss a coin!
And
Would be my exclamation, just kind of in a harmonious tone.
He steps forward and looks up at her, and then looks at you and says, "She's a Witcher."
Indeed she is. Is she not marked with the two swords on her back?
He nods and says, "And the cat-like eyes, I know them well." And says, "A friend of Geralt's you must be."
Let us in and you
One would say, but she's never met him. I'd be mainly just speaking for her, I guess, of this time.
She'll let him. That's fine.
He turns to look at you and says, "Never met him."
She is from a Would I would know this? Would I know that? I imagine we would have talked on our 3-hour venture here.
She's never met him. She's from far the fuck away.
That's what I'm going to say. She is from a far-off land, one of deserts and sand.
He says,
Derb in the background. Woo!
Being all formal and shit.
Then does the my apologies, it's a terminology I'm not familiar with. And he looks at her asking the question, Mistress Witcher? Looking for an answer?
She'll nod. Yeah.
He then turns back to you, Dorian, and says, "Does the Mistress Witcher come calling looking for Geralt?"
I would take off. I wouldn't even take off my hat. I would kind of just stop playing the lute at this time, and I would just look to her to answer.
Just looking for some assistance.
Well, assistance we might be able to have for a friend of Geralt's. I can tell you that he himself is not here. Last I heard, Master Geralt went to Redania. With the war and everything that's been going on and how things have settled, I'm not sure how his fate has been met. But what assistance were you looking for?
That's north.
With
Take
my
the drag!
materials for my weapons. Well, specifically new weapons. And she'll glance at Derb. He's my
And in
smith.
in an awkward silence between that and his response, I would also just kind of interject. And possibly information on a rumored vampire situation far up to the north from where we have traveled. I'd probably even just give the name of the tavern. I can't imagine that it's a well-known tavern.
Cock
but
Block Inn? Was that it?
You took Cockatrice Inn?
Cockatrice.
Is very well known, and it's only 3 hours
okay,
from here.
then I would just say Cockatrice Inn from where we have traveled.
Yeah, that's only 3 hours away, so like it's far away. So anyways, he says, so he thinks for a second, he says, news I can provide, and I'd be more than happy to do so to help out the Mistress Witcher. Again, looking at her, then looking back at you and says...
And that's fine, I wouldn't take any offense to that.
He does look back at you and says, is it customary for a Witcher to come to another one, calling to another one for supplies? I know that the stuff that he keeps locked away is of some value. It seems strange that stuff like this would just be given away. Especially after, and he looks at the doorway, damage has been done to someone's home.
I would look to the doors. I would walk over to the doors. Can I inspect it?
Yeah.
Can I investigate it?
Yep, go right ahead.
Oh no.
Oh, close.
There's definitely a bit of a crack where where you kicked it in, where the metal kind of like caught between the two. Because again, there's a simple latch where it caught between the two. It definitely caused a bit of damage there. It would take a skilled craftsman to properly fix it.
Oh.
She'll look at the door and then look back and the bard
Something
is
that could
exuberant.
Something that could be easily replaced in a day with Geralt's wealth, I'm sure. But for a performance that I just gave you, is that not worth? And I would hold up the lyre kind of to the air a little bit.
I would say that it was quite the entrance, deserving, one would say, of the appropriate
When was the last
whipping.
time since Geralt was here that you have
He's
seen
talking
another
over you.
Witcher?
He says of the appropriate whipping that one would deserve for having...
I would still talk over him that there's another Witcher in his presence.
Actually, do me a favor. You're going to be rolling with disadvantage, but a persuasion check on this to try to like talk over him, kind of like drown him out with your charm and charisma. Persuasion, yeah. Disadvantage though.
Oh.
At least you didn't waste a 20, right? He says,
Wait. That's a 10.
why?
Wait, you can my silver tongue.
Oh, can you just click that? Oh, all
Is that
persuasion.
a 17?
It's actually, you treat anything lower than a 10 as a Anything lower than a 10 is a 10, and you get a +7 to it, so it's a 17. God damn it, I forgot about Silver Tongue.
You're welcome, Scott.
Mother...
What I said was true. When was the last time you've seen another Witcher besides the famous Master Geralt? That would be my line to him. How is this not an amazing moment? Another Witcher.
See an enemy moment.
I would be pointing to Atalia.
Tell
Sure.
you. Yeah, you got it. You got it.
I tell you what.
That's how I'm trying to remember it.
You get the door repaired, and I'll see to it that supplies maybe looked over.
With my investigation, would I be able to just edge out how much it would cost in gold?
To fix
Can I
that door?
fix it?
I mean, are you a wood worker? Are you a carpenter?
You said it was metal.
No. I'm just saying with my investigation,
the
can
metal,
you give me...
Hold on 1 second. So with the door, there's like a hinge, right? Like a latchy hinge that goes into like where a hole is. When that door got kicked in, it ripped out the metal that was there and injured the door. And things like wood putty don't exist back then as they do nowadays.
Metal putty.
You can make wood putties. You can if you're a carpenter. You're not one, so you just have to roll without proficiency. You're welcome to try though.
I'm just saying, with my investigation of 10, which obviously is not very much, would I be able to roll over how much I think it would be in gold to just pay for repairs?
You honestly have no idea. The door is large and expensive, and you have no idea what kind of wood that is. Or
I would just say, you yourself, sir, have a deal. If it grants you, or if it grants, I would just say my master, Atalia, a few precious resources that I assure you won't be missed. Jesus, Session 1, Pat kicks down Geralt's door.
We're bold, that's for sure.
So
Dad, I'm going to tell you right now, when it comes to fights, I'm going to not perform at all.
You're going to cause a lot of them.
This is, yeah, definitely. This is where I exceed, is talking to people.
Works out.
literally doesn't
So again,
care about
I would bow, saying yes, I'll get it fixed, kind of a thing. But I needed, basically, what I want to get a tone to him is, I did this for a reason, to get your attention for her.
Yep. He nods, understand that, and he looks up at Rena. Italia.
I would still be bowing at this point. I still wouldn't make eye contact.
He looks up at Italia and says, "Is your reputation on the line with Master Geralt? If you'd like, I can have him whipped. That way, at least the proper word would be known that appropriate action has been taken for his insolence."
Well, that I could do myself.
He looks at the bard and says, "I bet it'd like it anyways," and then says, "Get the door fixed, Mistress." Sorry, not Mistress. Sorry.
Would I be able to hear him
Witcher.
say? Would I be able to hear him say that?
Perception check, DC 14. So, Rena, you hear it.
Perception. Okay. I hear that. Okay, I'm gonna do a fun thing.
Oh boy.
Is he within 60 feet of me?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. He's within 10 feet of you.
Dory's gonna make one more quip. Make sure he does, in fact, get the whip.
I'm
walking
gonna
a thin
use
line. Walking a thin
unsettling
line.
words.
What's that do?
I can spin words laced with magic that unsettles a creature and causes it to doubt itself.
What do you say?
Mainly, I just want to make this guy feel really shitty.
But what are your lines?
I would still be bowing to him, and I would kind of just murmur under my breath, but loud enough for him to hear me. If Geralt were to hear from a bard and a new witcher in town that this is the respect we got for coming into his house.
That you broke the door to get it.
I wouldn't say that I broke the door, but that we were treated with such disrespect.
So instead of the words, the way it's technically supposed to work is, well, the phrasing is nice.
I know
and
it's like a
so
battle
forth.
thing.
Well, no.
but-
It doesn't necessarily have to be a battle, but knock off from a saving throw is technically the way it's supposed to work. You can mix that with something else that you're doing. I don't have your character sheet open. Give me 1 second to make sure that you are D&D over here, always in my way. Let's see, you want to close this one? And let's see, you can do...
I was thinking of friends, but I don't really want to be friendly with this
No,
guy. It's
you
more...
can do something like this one right here.
I was thinking of that. but like, I don't want to hurt him.
Or
I
this
just,
one even, or even this one. Sorry.
Yeah, but he would know that I did it, right? That's the reason I don't
You
want to
leave
use
distracting
that.
string a creature. Da, da, da.
Scott wants me to enthrall this person. I could have hurt this guy with the whispers.
It doesn't
I
say
thought
that he
if-
instantly knows.
No, not instantly, but once it's done, he would knew that I had him. Didn't
Not
he?
with enthrall. No, that's specifically friends does that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's if you want to do something like that, or you could just say I be a little unsettling, I be intimidating. In which case, I would allow you to roll an intimidation check.
My intimidation is very high, and I don't want to come off as intimidating. I wanted to
That
cause
was
him to
that
just
was
yeah.
intimidation, though. The words you just said were genuinely intimidating. That's why they're
was-
unsettling.
Yeah, but it was more blackmail than. Should I enthrall him or should I threaten him? He's not even the owner of the fucking ranch. He just fucking
Just a random guard, but you do you.
He's a major domo.
he makes sure that the winery is running at.
He's the leader of the
performance.
dojo.
He's the ruler of the place when Geralt isn't here.
It makes him like Robin.
Yes, he's Dick Grayson. He
I
likes
don't know
going to
who
the
that is. I
car.
said Robin.
Dick Grayson was the first Robin, not to be confused with Tim Drake, who was the second
I
Robin.
think
Pretty sure the first Robin was Robin.
It was Dick Grayson. Not to be confused with Tim Drake, who was the second Robin.
Remember who the first Batman was? Not Batman? Okay.
I think while I talk to him, kind of like these words that I speak, I think I would use enthrall. I would have to talk up to a minute. So I mean, me just talking to him, kind of like what I said, would be, I think, counted for that.
Okay.
And for this to work, I would need to look at him. So instead of me bowing, I would look up at him for it to work.
And his saving throw is a what? A wisdom save. And can you roll a d6 to see so I can see how bad it was? Oh, you're right. It was Jason was the second one. Tim Drake was the third one. My apologies.
Oh.
Jason
I'm
Todd.
rolling a d6.
Because Jason Todd's the one that the Killing Joke was about. I'm sorry. Or yeah, he comes back at the end of the Killing. No, is it the Batman Forever?
I have no idea.
Sorry,
I don't know why you're rolling
is
a
it
D6
Batman
at all.
Beyond episode where he comes back and beats the shit out of Joker and kills him or something like that. Anyway, so you
Doesn't he need to roll the d6?
no, you can roll it because you're subtracting from his check.
Oh, okay.
Oh, from your unsettling words.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. And then I get to roll my wisdom save. So taking that -3 off, I'm rolling. Nope. And what's your DC, sir?
Where did I see that? None of my spells?
I got a 13 total. What's your DC for your spells?
D13.
13 is the DC?
That's my spell save DC.
Yeah, that's the DC. So technically speaking, with that -3, he got a 13. He still beat it. He's not enthralled. So he says, I know you find yourself amusing. You're not. And says, Mistress Witcher, come with me.
Wait, I have a question. I do have a question.
Mm-hmm.
With that, could I have cast it at a higher level or no?
That is their highest level spell, second level.
Okay, I didn't.
Yeah.
I remember back in when we did 5e with CX, I was able to do it. Sorry, go ahead.
So, yep, you're going to, you're going to hop off your horse, which you were standing just outside the door. And I imagine, your craftsman is going to come along with you. He leads you through this large and beautiful, estate. And as he's walking along, you can see he just spends a moment where he just shakes his head and just pushes aside what, just transpired back there. And, says, please take in the sights of the beautiful estates that the Corvo Bianco vineyard has to offer. It is an incredibly beautiful place that we have here that is generally rather well maintained and respected by its guests.
Generally.
She'll just say, she'll look around and just say, yeah, nice place.
So, how did you hear of Geralt?
How did I hear of Geralt?
Well, you say you came here looking for his aid, but you do not know who he is.
No, I've not met him, but I've heard of his. Well, I've heard of several of his adventures.
Where I imagine he worked rather hard to accomplish the tasks that he did and earn the rewards that he has. Please allow me to show you to where his treasures may lie.
She'll just nod.
What a sassy suit.
He goes along, walks on, and says, "Do you have much family, Mr. Switcher?" As it's returning, like after a couple moments of silence, and turns a corner, and then asks that.
I don't have family.
Oh, perhaps that's a bit of a blessing. You see, I have a rather large family. Siblings, parents that are still about despite my age, children, and I imagine they're going to be working on their own children soon. Lots of cousins as well.
Be working on their. Oh my.
Being a major domo is quite the position to have been given to me. After my service in the military, it was a bit of a reward for my services that I've done. Of course, major domos are known for the assets that they acquire, the work that they do. So I've had cousins that have come out of the woodworks, asking for help for this. Broken wagon at their farm, perhaps a fence that needs to be fixed, or a child that they're hoping to send off to one of the other estates, one of the other countries, perhaps Sintra, for an education. It's always nice when family comes calling, isn't it?
It seems you've done well for yourself.
I have. As has Geralt. He says, opening the door, and says, this is likely where it is that he's keeping what you're interested in. And then as you go to walk through the doorway that he's holding open, he'll take a half step in front of you and say, what exactly is it that you're interested in, Mistress Witcher?
At this, she'll actually look to Derb and say,
Is Derb
Enough.
there? I thought
Yeah.
they just.
Derb went.
he was following.
Oh, so they just left me. Assholes.
You got left behind, yeah?
Sorry.
You got to fix the door. Figure it out.
Singing a song.
She'll say to Derb, well, I suppose just enough material for my 2 weapons. However much that might be, as she looks to Derb.
I imagine you're looking to replace your steel blade and the iconic silver one.
I am.
Is it true that they don't use just silver that you can find in a mint? It's a special type of silver.
It has to be.
It does. Otherwise,
Or it won't be strong enough to kill whatever I'm fighting.
so silver that you take from here today might be silver that's taken from the next battle that Geralt finds himself in, and therefore unable to kill whatever he is fighting.
It's
Can I see how much silver is here? Is there just a
You
ton
can't
of
see.
it?
You can't see inside the room yet.
his
because-
gnome senses aren't tingling.
No.
No senses.
You see, I understand why you might have a frown, but there's a problem of plague just downtown.
What plague is this?
I don't remember what the fucking name of the creature was. What was on the notice board?
It's some type of
They
vampire.
didn't say
Maybe
anything about
vampire.
that. It was something that we knew, that I told you about, that happened here, that could have gotten there. It's because I basically just started a rumor that there was a vampiric infestation here that started here at this vineyard.
Vampires drink blood in this universe? That, I assume that's what it is.
Depends
Kind
if
of.
they're lesser or greater vampires, but we'll just say yes.
Lots
Okay.
of killings, lots of missing people. It's
We see, sir, we trudged here through the rain and the mud to stop some vampires from drinking more blood.
nice.
I believe they've all been defeated. The knights have done a pretty good job of rounding them up.
Not according to the notice we just saw a couple hours north.
Would you have kept it?
Yeah, probably. I guess if it was relevant.
Yeah.
You would need it to turn the bounty in.
Yeah. Yeah. Then I would produce that and hand it to him.
Wade doesn't.
Sorry,
know,
I don't mean to talk over Meta. Or whatever.
It's fine. Wade doesn't
No,
know what
no,
a
it's
true
true.
vampire is. Wade doesn't. Wade knows what the word vampire from like Buffy and like
I had a
Twilight.
big Sarah Michelle Gellar crush as a kid.
Yeah,
And-
Faith, man. Ooh, Faith. Just saying, Eliza Dushku, come back to Boston, baby.
What the fuck did you just call me?
I called you Eliza Dushku, and you're welcome.
She and Buffy?
Elijah Dushku was Faith.
Remember? Hang on.
555. You know, Faith. Anyways, yeah, Giles was with Buffy, and she had the fun British one because Giles is boring. And
There she is.
moving on. So, what was the last thing said? You need to. You
produced
pulled
the,
this thing. He looks it over and says, "This is old and it's quite wet."
It wouldn't have been wet with a 3-hour trek. Fuck you, dude. Not you, but just the guy talking.
She'd say, just yesterday I heard this creature still may be about.
That's why we came here, to give you a show.
I'm inclined to try to help a friend of Geralt's. Should a friend of Geralt's come knocking politely at his door.
I told you it was the bard. I asked for a knock and got more than I bargained for.
Just like you've chosen the people that keep track of your goods and your presents, Geralt has chosen his, and we all must live with our decisions. If I see evidence or hear word coming from one of the knights that this is true, that there is one of these creatures about, I suppose something could be done, but I don't even understand why you need it. You have swords at your back. Can you not
sir,
defeat the
no.
creature?
Her swords are in quite disrepair. A fight with a vampire wouldn't even be fair.
He looks down at him and then looks back up at you and says, "Then I need word from a knight that says that this is on the up and up. They're bound to truth. They cannot lie. So, if they say that your cause is true, I will be willing to part with the supplies for you to craft a new sword."
I'll find a knight then.
About knights.
In the meanwhile, I still expect the door to be repaired.
She'll nod again and step to the side for him to kind of lead the way back out.
He shuts the door.
How difficult would that be for me to try to fix it myself?
You're welcome to try. It would just take you all day, but you're welcome to try.
I guess while they go to look
If
for a
you-
knight, I
Yeah.
can stay behind and try to fix the door.
Sure, you could absolutely do that. I mean,
Yeah, that's fine.
Pat would love to pass off the responsibility of his actions to somebody else.
I was gonna talk to Derb about it anyway.
All right.
Sure.
So he leads us back out.
Yep. And says, "How's it coming along?"
To me?
Mhm.
Well, as you see, you've been gone 5 minutes. And look, the door is automatically perfectly fine. And just as the most laced sarcasm I could give him.
So you can see like Kappa's head going in and out. You know what I mean? Like, so you he says, until we meet again. He says, looking to
I will be quite frank.
Attilia.
I'll be quite frank. I am sorry I kicked in the door. An adrenaline filled me, and being here on this most generous land of the famous Master Geralt, being able to introduce the next Witcher, Geralt would be proud. Kind of talking in past tense.
I'm sure he would be if he were here, but he's not, so this is my responsibility, and I'm reserving my judgment until after I have seen how things play their course, he says, looking from him to her partway through that.
I will stay and do what is right while you two go in search of a knight.
I do miss Master Geralt. It's sad to hear of his passing.
His passing.
Have you not heard the stories?
I have not. He says something unamused.
You could see my very happy demeanor kind of just wash over me as I'm a different kind of person now, just very somber-y. I deeply apologize for all I have done. And he would just walk out.
Okay. I think that was actually genuinely meant to be sincere. So I will allow
Yeah,
you to...
I wouldn't mean it in like a very demeaning way.
No.
I would incredibly sincere. Yeah.
Oh, I just roll a persuasion check on that one. Regular,
Okay.
flat.
Just persuasion?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wow, 17.
No, it's a 12. It's got to
No.
be less than.
No, it's a 17. Right.
Oh yeah, because it's what the dice rolls with Silver Tongue, right?
Yep.
Not after my modifiers.
I believe so. We can check raw afterwards to see how it's supposed to work. But yeah, I'm pretty sure. You are a master at saying the right thing at the right time. When you make a charisma persuasion check, you can treat a D20 roll of 9 or lower as a 10.
Oh, so the roll of the dice. Okay.
Yeah, so if it's you roll 9 or less, you pretend like it's 10, and 10 plus 5 equals 15.
Why did we say 17 all this time?
No, because he has this.
Because I rolled a 7 earlier, so it's a 10 plus 7, 17.
Oh no! I thought you
Is that
rolled.
not how it
'cause
works?
I thought you had persuasion of plus 7. What are your skills at a plus 7? Because you have 2.
Yeah, we 17 this whole time.
Dorian, you have a 7 in performance. And
Yeah.
deception's the one.
Deception.
Sorry, my apologies. Deception's the one because it applies to that too.
Okay, what's a 15?
So 15 for persuasion. Okay, gotcha. I would have slightly changed things earlier, but barely because of how it played out in the end. Anyways, this is not kind of a goofy guy. So you say your piece and then you walk out the door.
I would have walked out the door to go find a way to fix the door.
He
I'm
looks
still
at
behind to work on.
Yep, he looks at Derb and says, I'll have 3 guards standing nearby. Don't misbehave. And then he turns and walks away. The 2 of you, where do you head off to?
2? I
Of
went
you.
to go find a way to fix the door.
No. Wade's fixing the door.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I'm
They're
staying
gonna
behind to fix the
fix
door while you
he
two go
said
look
that.
for the
He said
knight.
that literally right there.
That he was gonna
Yeah.
fix it, right? But me not realizing he didn't know, because I've heard
Sure.
stories of Geralt's death. Now I'm a totally different person.
Okay.
So I would have been in a mood. How far am I from the main city, or just a local village?
So if you travel for another, say, like 3-4 hours, you can get to an area that it's not directly to the city. It's a different area, but there's happens to be like a smith and armor and stuff like that
I
down
would just
there.
be looking locally to see if there's somebody that could fix the door.
I'm fixing the door.
I
He doesn't
I know.
trust you, Wade.
I don't
not that I
know.
don't trust you. I'm in a different state of mind.
We're also I'm looking for a knight, so it's fine. We can still travel to where we're going and then come back.
So anyways, yeah, there's a town that's to the southeast
somewhere-
of here.
Somewhere close, not like a 3-hour trek. but-
No. This is a long trek like that. Yeah, because
Is there anything within like 30 minutes to an hour?
No, because remember, everything's spaced out. It's not like you're actually in a city right now, right? Everything's rather spaced out.
Right.
Don't you remember all the travel time when you played the video game? No, Rena.
If
Where's-
the two of us ride the horse, how fast can we go?
I mean, it's a bit back taxing for the horse, but you're welcome to try with an animal handling check, and you can definitely speed up. Where are we looking to go? To that area? I mean, there are
I
the
guess to
tourney
that
grounds.
area.
And it's important to go there because where I'm just talking about, because I mentioned this before you guys even head out this way, there are tourney grounds over there. This is an area where the knights tournaments and whatnot happen during the traditional times. But even when they're not actively holding their tournaments, which they're not right now, they're still going to have knights there that are training and preparing for the various tournaments that come and go and people that are setting it up. It's actually a really good location to try to find a knight. But you
Yeah.
wouldn't be returning here until either very late this evening or tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, that's what we'll do. But she'll say to Derb before they head out, We may not be back for some time. Oh, we search for the night.
Take some time, take all the more. I'll be here fixing this door.
So you guys head south.
then
Are you guys going to sit on the horse together to try to expedite what I had just suggested?
Might as well. Yeah, I'll try it.
Animal
Well-
handling, ma'am.
Okay.
Can I roll Can I inspire the horse for a d6?
Just
Can't inspire the horse. You can just inspire her animal handling.
So what do I roll first and then hit inspiration or inspiration first?
I'm not gonna do it. I've only got one charge. I'll need to rest for it to get 3.
Rena, what were you saying?
Never mind. He's not doing it.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
Oh, I thought it was going to the 1, then I thought it was 19, and it
Me
went
too.
to...
I know.
That was a wild ride.
The two of you are riding on the horse, and you're going at a bit of a trot to pick up the pace by a bit, right? And so you're going at a bit of a trot, but then about an hour into the trek, the horse ends up kind of stepping into a ditch because the ground is still soft, still very wet from all the rainfall the night beforehand. Ends up twisting its ankle pretty bad. The horse is very, very injured. I need both of you guys just to make your reflex saves to not fall off the horse. Like in an injured way. Yeah, dexterity
So you're
save. Sorry,
saying
dexterity save.
Yeah, okay.
Addition blindness, you know how it is.
Oh.
Oh, look where Rena's sitting. Oh, that's Tyler's
know.
seat. You're in
You're
Tyler's
right.
seat.
Oh no.
So Pat, you actually are able to fall off the horse with a bit more grace, probably because your character is used to going ah! and falling to the ground, whereas she's actively trying to like maintain the horse, but it's just she didn't realize how injured it was when it started like bucking and acting strange, and so she got thrown off. Rena, for falling off the horse, you take 1. I know this sucks, but falling off a horse is not a gentle thing. You take this for damage. Hopefully, I don't roll high. Oh, there you go. 3's not bad.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay, that's
I
fine.
could have been as high as 6.
Yeah, well, I mean, remember healing is kind of slow here. So you, Rena, you fall off the horse and you hit your shoulder pretty hard. It's like, oh, you're fine, but oh, that was not fun. The horse itself is
Dead.
it's a pretty bad condition, honestly, with
It was
how wet
already
the
in
ground
big-
is.
Bad shape beforehand too, right?
Can I heal it with my songs?
No.
Can I kill it with my songs?
You were doing that to us all night, Pat.
You roll a 91 on performance. The horse is just like,
It just grabs its reins and wraps it around
I
its
don't
neck.
think
and
it is
pulls its teeth.
possible for me to roll a 1 on my performance. Even on a 1, I would hit an 8.
does that count in this? Do we have the critical? Does your power override critical fails?
I think an 8 on performance is like pop music.
It's K-pop.
Like,
Okay. Can
it's
I
like
check
country.
on the horse then?
yeah, it's like country. It's like it's not the
tolerable.
worst thing in the world, but it's also not good. You know. So what were
Stop
you
beating a
saying?
dead horse. Oh,
I
somebody
check
got
on
the
the horse?
joke.
No, the horse itself is pretty injured. Do you actually roll a heal check to try to look it over?
Medicine.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dead.
what is with my?
Rena-
I'm in the wrong seat, man.
Rena, this thing is doing pretty poorly. Honestly, it's one of those things where you could try to bring the horse with you, and maybe it can be mended, but it's in such a bad shape you don't think it's going to make it there. The other decision is put the thing out of its misery, collect some meat, and maybe you can even get some beast parts off of it.
Okay, that's what I'll do.
All right. So to be clear,
Fortunately.
because I have to pull up that link that we have.
Hold on. Can I use this on the? Can I use this on the horse?
That is messed. No, it doesn't
Don't
speak
do
a
that.
language.
Oh my god.
It doesn't.
I can
speak
speak all languages.
bad, bad, sir, bad. Rena, I'm trying to find our link to the to where your
What one?
potion.
The potions link? I
Yeah.
have it.
But come on, it says a creature of your choice that you can see within range. Perceive everything as hilariously funny and falls into a fit of laughter. Please, Scott, can I kill the horse this way?
No.
Come on, it can't have a very high wisdom
I
save.
don't know if this will work, but I'm gonna try to send the link to you. I guess.
Just do it in Discord.
Oh, episode 1, and we're butchering our own horses. We never even found out what the horse's name was.
Dead.
I think that's better that
Me-
way, probably.
Oh Jesus! All right, sorry. I was just trying to pull up the
Name
potion
was
ingredients. Thank you, Rena. So, to be clear, the what you're able to get off is what beast that doesn't have fangs. Doesn't have beast heart or something like that. Is something you can get off of it for ingredients.
Beast
Oh.
hole.
Beast liver. Beast liver.
I know it's got an in score 4, chat. I wanted to fucking. I wanted to make the horse laugh to death. You guys were fucked up.
You can take beast liver from the horse. I think that's literally the only thing you can get from it.
Beast hooves.
That's
Beast
it?
mane.
Every party needs a pooper. That's why we invited chat.
Party pooper.
Yep.
Party
Because it's not like it's a wolf or anything like that, right?
Yeah, there's
so
no claws. There's nothing.
this is
Wait,
literally
horses are. Hold on, Scott, Mr. DM. What is the intelligence score of a horse?
for 5e standards, probably 17 because everything has a high
Oh,
stat.
fuck you, chat.
No.
Yeah.
It's intelligence
Wait,
of
mine's
1 or
not
2.
even a 17.
It's a 1 or 2.
No, you said 17.
It's a 1 or 2. Rena, you are able to gather its liver and otherwise a bunch of meat off of the thing. You carve it up right there. You put it out of its misery. And
yeah, but
carve
she
it up.
does so. I want you to know it's just not something. She's just like, well, well, whatever, you know.
It's like
she's not-
Palpatine with the lightsaber. It's like,
Yeah.
I mean,
She's not careless. She's sad about it, but she's not really showing that because Dorian is here.
also,
so
witchers don't have much emotion.
They're not really. Yeah.
And I just realized by me sitting this way, it
Emotional.
looks like I got swords on my back.
I know. I was just gonna say that.
I was like, hey, look.
So I mean, you would see her though, kind of like trying to comfort the horse before she puts it out of its misery.
look at that, Pat. He can't handle the shaft.
So she does that, and then she would.
Can
she
I
might
make-
s- Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, can I make you fall over laughing as you kill the horse?
Why would you do? Why would you do that?
Oh, look.
my
Somebody got
God.
some poison.
Oh,
Ooh.
he just wanted to show off his swords.
Those are some pretty cool mail openers,
He
dude.
can't impress his wife with his sword at home. He had to try to impress us.
Oh, damn. God.
Man.
I have a feeling there were some
Scott.
penis jokes there.
Scott,
no, not at all.
Scott,
Nothing.
question, Scott, serious question. Can I use hideous laughter on Rena to have her laugh hilariously as she murders her horse?
I mean, technically speaking, yes, but I also think
Yes.
Oh.
why the hell would you do that? That means that she would go from cleanly killing the horse to horribly wounding it and butchering the thing. She goes for a quick, clean kill and says, "Ah!" and this like rips open its chest and the thing's like, "Ah!" and it's like, "Ah!"
Why would you do
We're
this?
not going to make the party very long.
Why would you do this?
Like, why? Is your character chaotic evil? Like,
Yeah, what if you're alive?
is it the Joker? Like,
Oh my God.
so anyways, Rita, you kill the horse, you're able to gather its liver and some meat off the thing and move on.
Honestly, as she's doing this, I'd probably use Song of Rest while she's doing it. I think it's Song of Rest.
Make her
So
fall
as
asleep into the
she's
horse's
That
corpse.
requires you guys to do that during a short rest, which this is.
Oh, I can only do it during a certain rest? Okay,
Yeah.
okay, hold on. Then I'm gonna do Healing Word. So basically, it's a spell, but I would basically just kind of like touch Rena on the back as she's like kind of like mourning it, and just heal her for 1d4. I guess my spell cast.
Then
Can I
reminder-
do that or no?
Yeah, you can. Reminder: healing word does not magically heal people. It's what it is you say soothing words that kind of increase morale and whatnot. That's
Right.
heals. Yeah, because I describe health points
Her
as not
morale
being
might be down killing her horse.
yeah,
That's yeah.
more or less it. Yes, because remember in my game I don't describe all which I thought healing. Oh, never mind. So I don't describe all wounds as being
Regain
like
hit
fucking
points.
arrows going through your chest. Sometimes it's just change of stance or loss of vigor and whatnot. Wade knows what loss of vigor, don't you, Wade? So you want to roll a healing
I would
word?
imagine she's not doing well because I don't know how long she's been with this horse, but I would be able to relate. You know,
I'd be
losing something
insulted,
close.
but I don't know what that means.
So yeah, do I have to just do 1d4 plus my plus 5?
It doesn't. It
That's
didn't
my
just
spell.
bloop. It didn't just bloop for you. Then yeah, 1d4 plus not. Hold on. Plus your cast level. So it's your charisma modifier, which is what 3?
I thought it said my spell.
I thought it was
casting
on your
ability.
character sheet. Look over here.
Is it on my character sheet?
Yeah,
It
it's
is
right
on
there.
my character sheet.
Yeah.
Oops. There you go.
There you go, Rena. You're all the way back up to full.
Hey.
You've got 4 extra health.
No, it doesn't work that way.
You now have a tumor.
It's not the tumor.
Question mark?
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
It makes you maniacally laugh as you murder your horse.
But from her perspective, would she know that she was like healed or whatever, or she just feels some
I think
sort
you would
of
feel.
sense of,
I think
like,
you would feel not as bad.
Yeah,
Not as
Rena,
bad.
so remember, your character didn't take any damage. It's just
Right.
morale was a little bit lower, and he cheered you up a bit.
Got it.
Yeah. So, anyways, moving on. You butcher the horse. Do what you got to do on the side of the road. Other people happen to walk by, like, I'm sorry that happened. Break its leg.
Can I make them
What?
laugh
Yeah, that was
hysterically?
there you go.
I'm muting Pat. That's it. Muting Pat. So Rita, he says, I'm sorry that happened. Break its leg.
Did it? Like he's asking. I thought you said. I thought you were telling me break its leg. I was like, why would you say that? Like,
What did happen? Can I have its leg?
very confused just now.
You gonna eat that
break.
hoof?
It's dead now. Break its leg.
She would nod.
He says, happened to my cousin not too long ago. I had to put it down side of the road.
Your cousin?
This is what this guy's saying. Yeah.
His cousin down at the
cousin
side of the road.
Cousins.
My cousin
my
recently to put
God.
him down the side of the road.
A cousin broke sprained his ankle. Sad to see. He was 23.
But
I've
it
got
still
his parts
tastes good
right
to
here.
me. No,
Got
so
a little
anyways,
shrunken head.
Jesus.
How you feeling, Tim?
He had one beastie part, but it wasn't the liver.
Oh my god.
What the fuck is happening?
Poor cousin. Cousin Jerry.
Okay, so anyways, he says the way she tells it, everybody just kind of walked by and stared at her. Nobody helped her. Do you need help?
Where am I at this point? Like they're just in the middle of me carving up.
Yeah,
horse?
cover up the horse. Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think she would need the help.
You say no?
She'd say, I'm fine.
It's a lot of meat. You just gonna leave it there?
Before we
And
get
at
bagging
that,
it?
well, I guess at that, like, obviously she can't take it all with her, so she would just toss them, like, some of it or whatever.
Just
If
kinda,
they
like,
were, like, looking at it, you know. she'd
Literally,
be
just like take a slab and just like throw a bloody
Yeet.
flank.
just eat it up there.
You guys like.
I'll give you some of this horse. You give me some of your cousin.
Thanks.
What party have I been given? Pat kicks down doors. Rita's throwing meat at people.
Rita's thing is at
That's
least like
making
not
people laugh
horrible.
as they murder things.
Rita's thing is at least not horrible. It's more or less, why do you keep bothering me? You want meat? Here you go. Like I can see
Yeah.
that as being like a dickish response, you know,
Yeah.
to someone who's probably just asking for a handout anyways. Pat's thing was a little goofy. The
You
laughter
can't
thing.
just go giving your meat to everyone who passes by. You gotta
Come
wait for
on,
them
that
to
was
It's
deliver.
not my
funny,
meat.
Scott. How funny would this be if they walked by?
What is that face?
It would be great.
That would be horrible.
To be clear, it's almost 1 a.m. my time, not Pat's, right? Like it's not that late for Pat.
Come on, it would be
4 p.m.
great.
Oh.
Especially since she doesn't know emotion.
Is Tyler in this game and I didn't realize? Tyler, is that you?
Yeah, he left the party. He's the 4th one.
Oh.
He went north.
So he's he's basically in the party.
I should totally have my overlay. Just have Tyler there.
He'd be so
You're gonna
mad.
get him looking devious and just keep on.
Anyways, so you guys finished butchering up the horse, grab the meat, and continue your trek all the way down to the Torney area. At this point, I would continue with the story and what it is that you find, and what it is you do. But honestly, you see what time it is. It's the end of the session, so I'm just gonna say, hey Wade, while they're gone, let's find out
Sure.
whether or not you fixed the door. You're gonna roll for me.
What do I roll?
Let's do an intelligence check. So you're going to roll for, it's honestly carpentry with intelligence, but you're not proficient. So once again, I'll set it up for you.
I'll take advantage then. That's Wait, I'm taking a long time for this because they're walking, so I'll just take a 20. Is that how that works?
Nope.
All right, I'll take a 10.
I think that's how it works. I'm looking at the rules right now.
That's nice. One second. Unfortunately, it doesn't let you choose not proficient anymore, which is super friggin' annoying. But you're -2.
Old.
And then you can roll with a check of your choice, in which case this one you can do intelligence is fine because you're trying to find the best way to patch it. You're not crafting a new one.
Hey, it's not bad.
Actually, it's a pretty good job. Yeah. So you do successfully patch up the door and get everything on there. It's one of those things where, hey, were you proficient? That actually would have been a 21, you know? So you actually do successfully fix the door. You make it, I mean, is it perfect? No, but it looks pretty damn good to an untrained eye. You know what I
And
mean?
Geralt's not
That
coming
guy's
back.
not
He's never
trained.
gonna fucking see.
And Geralt knows like wood grain and stuff like that. Well, probably. Honestly, the guy's a god. So, anyways,
I'll be
yeah.
there one day.
When they finally return to you, it's actually the major domo is going to be like, huh, you've actually done impressive work here.
I'd like to do like a little bow.
And says, try not to break any others.
Go kick in the door.
Well, now that the job is done, I'd point out that I didn't even break this one.
He nods and says, no, you did good work. And honest men's work should be rewarded appropriately. Assuming she is a proper witcher, let's hope that I'm not making a mistake here. Would you like to have a glass of wine while you wait for the return?
Oh, I appreciate the kindness you speak, but honestly, you can just point me where I can take a leak.
He'll frown and look at you and says, I don't think you realize what you've chosen to turn down, but I'm pretty sure you can drop your deuce downtown.
Oh, if you're offering me a chance to dine, well, sure, I'll join you for a glass of wine.
It wouldn't be to accompany me.
Did he say that before boating while smiling like you did, or does he say it like friendly?
He's still frowning.
Okay.
He'll nod, like, you know, he'll still kind of like accept it because he feels like he's offended him by turning him down. So yeah, he'll accept.
Yep, you can have honestly a glass of wine while you're sitting off in like a veranda, whatever it is, waiting for them to return. And
Sitting on Miranda.
veranda
drink wine.
with a V, veranda. God, Jesus
Oh.
Christ!
Sorry, yeah, that's fine.
He just turns
Be
all the
upside
first
down,
letter of
it's like
all
wombo.
words into wine. Sorry, to M's for milfs.
Wine.
And
I turn all letters into wine.
he said upside down, and all of a sudden my
I'm
W.
the Jesus of gnomes.
My M, I was gonna say turned upside down because Pat said it into a W, and I said wine.
Oh, Wilfgard.
All right, everybody, that was our show for the evening.
I like how Scott's like, what have you done to my beautiful show? What have you done to my beautiful
this.
campaign?
I turn everything into wine. I'm the best gnome of all time.
I'm Gnome Jesus, as you said.
There's only one Jesus, okay? You know who it is? Hold on. Focus on my hand. Focus on my hand. It's Jake. It's
Wow.
it's Jake as Jesus.
Why did you look
Is that
at
your
why'd you-
background?
It is on my phone.
Oh my god.
Yep. It's Jake as Jesus. You know Jake, obviously, Wade. Yep.
Does Jake
Almost
know?
as well as that gnome. What was that Shadow Pockets? Miranda the Fair of Milfgard.
I only have one background.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
God.
Oh.
Oh, hey, it's me. Look at that skinnier beard. That's the beard of a younger man.
Oh. Oh no.
Oh no, not
It's
Krasa.
here.
Wait. Oh no!
What?
No,
Oh,
where'd it go?
It's green. Wow.
Why?
Hey, Rena, it's Krasa time.
No.
Oh.
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 What's happening?
Oh.
We cursed the stream.
Because, yeah, the curse.
Oh, it's even more cursed. Oh no.
Oh God, no! It's the
That's
meat
just
friend,
Meat Boy.
Meat Boy,
is Meat Buddy.
Oh God, it's so creepy. It's so creepy. Okay, that's worse. It's worse. Go back to the meat. Go back to the meat.
Go back
Scott
to
said on wedding night. Anyway, thanks for coming, everybody. I appreciate y'all. Have a great night.
Wow.
Oh boy. This is an interesting session. Hey, listen, everybody, thank you so much for coming by. Thank you so much for hanging out. I truly appreciate it. We're going to go raid somebody, so stick around for a minute while we figure out who we're going to go raid, okay?
Find Rena, Pat, I'm Wade, and Scott.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry. You just have fucked up my brain so much. Thank you, honestly, Wade, for reminding me.
He did.
Let's do round robin. Why don't we have Pat go first, because he's the most ridiculous. Patrick, who are you? Why are you here?
Hi, I'm Geralt's door kicker. I kick in doors for Geralt and of Geralt's doors that he's opened and built. My name's Patrick. Hi. I stream on Twitch and do stuff on YouTube. We recently beat the new Amnesia game, and now I don't know what to play because I'm kind of running out of games besides Phasmophobia. Yeah, I have. I just don't have anybody to play with. I think I might be playing with Molly and Brian and Jess later this next week. And I think Wade and I have something on Friday we're doing, right?
Porn.
Yes.
In an alley.
Probably. But yeah.
Just look through the peephole if you want to watch.
Just check Patrick Static. That's where you can find me, kicking indoors. That sounds weird.
It does. Sounds a little weird. And who's beneath you? Oh, Rena, our resident witcher.
Hi, it me. I'm Rena the Destroyer, which I looked earlier and noticed that it is you put an I in Destroyer.
Oh, that's. I wonder if that's how it's spelled in England, because Ollie's the one that put that. Ollie, do you not know how to spell destroyer, or is it spelled differently in the UK because you add weird letters in places?
Now we can.
Ollie,
she's making a new rap album. She's gonna be making a diss track. That's why she's the Destroyer.
Destroyer. Hey.
Destroyer. Oh, that's funny. I won't lie, I didn't notice it. Like I didn't see the. You're talking with the overlay, right? Not in
yeah. On the overlay. Yeah, I was like, oh, funny. No, I totally thought you did it. It makes sense.
Nope. I said, artist, here is task. And the artist did task, and I wash my hands of responsibility. That's what I do in life. I blame other people.
Great. I love it. Though it's really cool. Anyway.
I love how Snaga says old can't spell, and then has to spell correct Ollie. Like, oh, you suck, Joey. Sorry. Rita, keep going.
Anyway, I'm Rita the Destroyer. I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch. I haven't streamed in a hot minute, but that's just because I've been doing a lot of D&D stuff. And a Faerun minute. That's right. Except I've never played Faerun.
We didn't either. We had to wait a Faerun minute for it.
Oh, okay. Oh, gotcha.
I don't think she knows what Faerun is.
I know it's another D&D area. Yeah.
Area.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a D&D whatever. I've seen it. I'm vaguely familiar of the concept. Anyway,
we call them campaign settings.
I'm new to D&D. This is my second long-term
Fix those glasses.
Campaign. Yeah.
But you're our Witcher. You're supposed to be the pro.
I'm a pro.
Instead, you turned out to just be
Finish your sentence.
Bro.
Okay, yeah. Wow, it took him a while. Took him a Faerun minute to get there. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. I play a bunch of different games with friends, Phasmophobia, Among Us. A couple art streams coming up. I have my character drawn, and I will show you guys soon. That's pretty much it. Make sure you follow everybody else here because they're awesome. And I will see you in the next one. Oh, and we've got Regicide on Friday over on Dalerick's channel.
Yay!
That's soon. That's tomorrow. No, that's
or day after tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's session is the Thronekeeper.
I keep forgetting that Thursday's a day of the week.
It is. It's Daddy Day. It is. Thursday's Daddy Day. Facts.
It
is Daddy Day.
Hate that still.
Do you want to explain?
Don't need to. I just want Wade to tell us who he is and how we can find him.
Oh, you could have just said, use your words, man. Like when you called Rena a bro. You know?
she's a wicked bro.
Yeah, that's what you meant.
Yeah.
One of the boys.
I'm Wade, Minion777 on Twitch. Don't follow me. I don't want you there. Go away.
Wow.
Don't go. Get off my lawn. I want to go to sleep.
Hold on. Wait, can you show your bald spot a little bit more when you say that?
Get off my lawn.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go sleep. Don't look at me. Don't even think about me. Don't dream about me, you weirdos. Don't look for me in the alleyway unless you're paying.
Toss a coin to Wade. He is your minion. Call him Lord Minion. Oh.
Or just Wade.
Oh, man.
Continue.
I like
Big.
steak. The beach is cool. I'm married, so I don't know why I'm giving you guys my dating profile. I don't have any kids. Got 2 dogs and a cat. I post YouTube videos that Dana edits very well on YouTube. 1,777 over there. I played. I don't care. I'm gonna tell you all the stuff I play because I don't want you to come watch it.
Fortnite,
Phobia,
Roblox.
Fortnite, lots of Roblox.
Minecraft.
I'm a Minecraft only channel, so the other games are lies. I don't have an OnlyFans.
Only feet.
I got grays in my beard, and I'm a little weird. I'm gonna turn it over to Scott.
Because I'm wicked hot.
Dear.
All right. Anyways, yeah. Thank you everybody for coming by, hanging out. I don't think there was anything else I was saying. I think I was just cutting to credits.
Thank you for wasting your night
and
regretting this
go
entire endeavor.
to
Yeah.
this thing. Totally jump into the Discord so you can hang out and chat. And we will see you next Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank
Where's
you,
the Discord link?
everybody. Discord, like, well, if you type Discord in chat, or if you scroll down or press the Abouts tab, whether if you're on a computer or if you're on a cell phone, you can press the About link, and there's a whole bunch of new banners on there. And
Ooh.
oh wait, I thought you might like this if you read that. No, if you read it, Wade, I wrote a funny on there on
Read
the
what?
on the rules thing. I wrote a funny about like. Yeah,
What are the rules?
don't promote yourself. I don't want to go to your OnlyFeet site. Something like that. I did a funny.
Why do you always bring that up?
Yeah, because it's funny. I did a
What
funny.
about your characters? Didn't you say something weird about Rena's feet too?
What? No, I wouldn't talk
We
about
always
Rena's
talk
feet.
about feet.
I don't know,
You're obsessed
Rena.
with feet.
Rena was Rena was Cryptic's
Don't say
old
Rena
gym
like that whenever
socks.
we're like you're obsessed with feet.
No,
She wears
don't.
nasty old gym socks. That's what Rena does. Okay.
I
She's
don't.
married. She can wear whatever she wants.
My socks have
if she
tatters
wasn't
on them.
married,
If you're not
she
married, you
wears-
wear whatever you want, I
yeah.
guess.
They're
But
not.
like nasty old gym socks would not be like my first like. What do you look for in a partner? Well, I'm looking for someone who likes long walks to the beach, but who wears nasty old gym socks. Like
Are you kink shaming Rena right now? Is that what's going on?
I don't
Oh, she knows
like that. No gym socks. Okay, I have cute socks. They have like little. See. Anyway.
Are we showing off our feet right now, Rena? Is that what's going on?
No, do not.
No, I have socks on.
Oh,
Get your
okay.
socks on.
Okay. Well,
I'm showing you my socks.
It's like the difference between wearing a bikini at the pool and like going skinny dipping, Scott. She had socks on. It's okay.
everybody, let's just go raid Doxy and stop this madness.
Oxy will
Goodbye.
bring more madness than we have.
Yeah, you know what? Goodbye. Goodbye.
This is kindergarten and Doxy's a high school.